Hello, and welcome to the Stream of Chaos. My name is Dave, and I will be the keeper of arcane lore for this session of Call of Cthulhu. You've just caught me screaming at my cast.
Verbally abusing his players.
Nothing that wasn't deserved.
I mean, I feel like now we have free reign to start verbal abusing you before we go live, and that's going to be a fun time.
You wouldn't have the gall to attempt such a maneuver. Today, we are continuing our session of our third session of the Two-Headed Serpent. We will be picking up with our investigators down a hole in the ground, pursued by monsters, and one of them's in a flying machine with no wheels. It's your standard pulp action. If you'd like to get your own copy of the Two-Headed Serpent, you can find it at chaosium.com in both digital and physical formats. After the stream is finished, this video will be transported magically across to the Chaosium YouTube account, where you can find it in a nicely curated playlist, along with all of our other live plays. If you wish to watch this live, we do stream each Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific. I'd also like to thank Roll20 and Sirenscape, which are great tools which help us to improve our games, and without further ado, let's jump back into the session. So, where we pick things back up, Lieutenant Carter, Hubert Smith, and Minnie St. Clair are down a hole in the ground where the stairs have begun to crumble and fall away, and a strange monster is clawing its way up from the depths in pursuit. Minnie and Hubert are both leapt to one side, but Lieutenant Carter is still in reach of the monster and must make the daring jump. Elsewhere, Dr. Samuel Taylor Thompson soars around in his flying machine, the wheel having fallen off, but he has seen in the distance something shaking and rising from the ground. Could this be the temple that they seek? I'll ask each of you to introduce your investigators, and we'll begin with Art.
Oh no, I was responding in chat. Hi, I'm Art. I am playing Lieutenant Ares Carter, who is currently down a hole, as we have heard, which they did not dig. And are in the process of trying to escape from a giant gelatinous elastic ooze of something. It's not an ooze because it's the wrong game, but same thing. Lieutenant Carter is still currently pretty in control of their senses. They seem a little bit more, set-jawed and kind of furious looking, but otherwise are not showing any outward signs of panic. Whether or not there's an internal monologue of oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh fuck, I'm not sure. You wouldn't be able to tell, but maybe. They're still, for having fallen down a hole, they're also still relatively, neatly things. Some of the things are a bit askew, but I'm sure that will be sorted as, numero uno priority as soon as they get out of this mess. What else do you need to know? They have a gun, they have a knife, they have an attitude. That's pretty much Carter.
That's a summarize. Perfect. Elsewhere, soaring through the skies, Jackson, can you introduce Dr. Sam?
Hey, I'm Jackson, and I just realized I forgot something today. Hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Oh,
back.
Perfect. It's back.
Like it never left. It was that one. It was that one. There you go. And I'm playing Dr. Samuel Taylor Thompson, doctor, aviator, mechanic, all-around good guy. What else you need to know? Mustachioed, as you can tell.
That's important.
Yeah, and he thought he was helping by taking to the skies and flying ahead to the next site, but turns out he's kind of abandoned his friends, and now he knows there's monsters underground to worry about. Which is bad news. Bad news for everyone.
You were able to spot where the other teams were searching, and you saw explosions in the distance, so you've definitely contributed in your own way. Although, how you can help your friends out of their current precarious pickle remains to be seen. Can't think of a segue from precarious pickle to James and Hubert. So, Jim, fire away.
Hubert is someone who likes eating precarious pickles.
Thank you, James.
He's eaten them enough that he has become massive and strong and powerful. But right now, he's not looking massive and strong and powerful. He's looking a little bit scared because there's a great big monster down in the hole, and he's trying his best not to look at it while still holding out a hand for Carter to grab a hold of as they leap across so that we can get the hell out of here.
You absolute champion. You've already helped Minnie across. There's only one hero that remains to be saved. Lastly, Alex, can you please introduce Minnie?
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm playing Wilhelmina St. Clair, the no-nonsense thrill seeker librarian. She has a book and she's not afraid to use it. She's also got a pistol, which she's not very good with. She is kind of the impetus for being down the hole, really. She was pretty gung-ho about getting down here, and now she's equally gung-ho about getting the fuck back out. She will not leave Lieutenant Carter behind, however, so hopefully everybody gets out.
Yeah, fingers crossed things resolve. I do love not being afraid to use the tools, regardless of the skill available to apply them.
No skill. Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm, that's the most important
enthusiasm.
thing. All right, champion. So, as we jump back in, Hubert, you have reached out and dragged Minnie across, who has landed on the other side. Lieutenant Carter, you have swung around and fired a barrage of shots towards this elastic horror that's scrambling up the sides of the walls, able to swing its quite significant size. This thing's sort of truck dimensions, both underneath and across the stairs as it makes descent, sending out whipping tendrils towards you. Yeah, exactly. You are the only one that needs to make the jump, but actually the last character to take their turn this round is going to be Minnie. And then we will repeat the round. So, Wilhelmina, what do you want to do? You've been dragged across to the other side by Mr. Smith.
I am going to peer back down towards Lieutenant Carter, and rifle in my pocket, and I'm going to pull out a grenade, which I'm just going to hold on to for now, and I'm going to basically ready myself that if it looks like the lieutenant is about to be swiped by this elastic thing, I will drop a grenade on it.
Okay. If they're in any way devoured, then they will be exploded. Okay, perfect. So Minnie withdraws one of, I think, 3 grenades that you have on your person, jangling and your finger in the pin. You're ready to throw. We'll go back to the top of the round, and the first to act is going to be the horror once more. As it swarms behind you, Carter, you can see these tendrils extend around and then suddenly explode forth with this whipping momentum. They're going to plunge towards you, and I need you to tell me if you'd like to attempt to dodge or riposte.
Dodge.
Good call. Why don't you go ahead and roll first in case you want to spend some luck.
Pretty good.
Okay, not bad.
I think I'm happy with. It's not gonna get down to a hard particularly.
No worries.
We'll hold that.
That's gonna be a fail.
Hey!
Fires across, and there is a second coming. So could you please either dodge or riposte once more for me?
Boom, boom.
Have a look. Like, I want to luck 22 points.
Dealer's choice.
What would that put me on?
It's Paul.
It's probably not going to be lethal. Well, you can see the damage it did in the last one, so they're pretty big hits.
Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. That is
so
truck
much
dimensions indeed.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right, let's go ahead and 22 points of luck that, which I think puts me on
I'm gonna go ahead and
56.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll my damage.
Succeeded.
Oh no!
Oh.
And that is a hard success.
7. That's okay. I can
7's
take
not too
that.
bad. So the first one fires across and you dart across away from the blow, but the second one you have less room to dodge because you are now precariously on the edge of the stairs, windmilling your hands back to keep your position. The thing slices across, but a quick, little hopping step over it gets you on the other side before it catches one leg and you slam into the wall, taking 7 points of damage, but not the worst. We'll go
Nope.
back.
If it had been 19, I would have been unconscious.
Okay, that's manageable. That's manageable. We go now to Lieutenant Carter. You are going to be next to act.
Just like holding the side of the head. Just goes, ow. And is going to run and try and like leap across to the others, or like actually wouldn't run. Is just gonna just try and like step back, step forward, leap.
Okay, this is going to be, before you roll, this is going to be a jump roll, and it's going to be hard, given that a second one has fallen away now, and you're going up. However, you can take a bonus dice, because both Hubert's got his hand out towards you, and Minnie is, actually, the grenade's probably not providing a bonus dice. There's the motivation that if you do not succeed, you will have a grenade thrown at you.
Okay,
motivating.
well, this is going to be interesting, because my jump is 40, so a hard is 20, so we'll see how we go.
Come on.
Holy shit, well done. Take the bonus, see if you get the extreme.
No, but I double it
Confirmed,
up.
though.
Amazing.
What's it look like? This is, you're basically making a leap about half your height up and then your body across as well, with no room to get a run up as this thing slices across at you.
I think there's no room. Well, it's behind me, right?
Yeah, but it's like right next to you.
There's no room to get a run up backwards. There is room to get a run up, a short one, along a step, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like look, take a few steps backwards along the step, book it towards the wall, and then use the wall and like parkour off it, grab on, and then like hoist myself up onto the step. Probably, you know, because Mr. Smith is there, I will absolutely like grab hold, monkey grip the arm, and sort of use that to. Not quite Legolas flipping over a horse, but it's a similar, like, using the momentum to, like, pull myself up, and then go, thank you, Mr. Smith, run, and I'm gonna continue booking it up the stairs.
Good.
You get pulled up and you begin to sprint away. As you're round in the corner, this thing fires off again, but it's taking a moment to get over this gap. You'll all see the as Dr. Sam's plane roars overhead and begins to circle around above you in the air. Hubert Smith and Minnie, is there anything you want to do beyond flight? Grenade related, gun related, prodigious mass related.
Grenade back in pocket. Run.
Okay.
Yep.
Running.
Another day.
Run, I might reach out a hand and grab the dangling rope that Carter left behind when they cut it, because if we get trapped halfway through, I feel like having a spare rope is going to be useful for some pulp-themed swinging action to try and get across the next gap. But no, we're running. Getting out of here.
Always open the door for pirate shenanigans. So you grab the rope and begin to circle around the outside, racing away. Lieutenant Carter's at the front, charging. Minnie next, with the grenade still bouncing in her pockets. And Hubert Smith leading the stone stairs to shake with each step that you take up it. As you do a full rotation around, you do see behind you that creature has begun to extend over this step and is reaching the other side and is coming. However, it has been slowed for the moment. As you burst back out into the highest level, you can see the vehicle where you parked it off to the side. Hubert begins to bundle up rope, and once again, Dr. Sam buzzes over you. Are you trying to make any like pointing or signs, Dr. Sam? Is there any way you can communicate from the skies?
Not really well, I suppose. There might be, like, if you can hear over the propeller, it might be, monster! The monster's on the ground! But that's...
Fortunately, we know about them.
We've actually found that one.
Good.
Okay.
Otherwise, I got some grenades.
Do you want to try an aerial grenade?
Once I
This is
see
why I
my
gave it to
friends,
you.
once I see my friends are clear, then I would be tempted to.
Sure.
To,
So I guess I love it. Like, speaking of the friends, then, are
To
you
do a
getting
dive
clear?
bomb.
What is your intent?
Oh, I am diving into the front of that car and like kicking the engine into gear because we need to go quickly, and I think I'm the best driver.
Okay. Lieutenant
Into the
Carter
car.
dives into the front seat.
Can I please, because just to continue the parkour, can I swing myself in through the window? Not even
Yes,
a
please.
window. Okay.
Yes, please, and thank you.
Parkour.
Lieutenant Carter launches through the window and into the seat. Who's shotgun of Minnie and Mr. Smith?
I'll take shotgun because I can grab
Yeah.
the wheel in a disaster.
Yeah, and I
Gotcha.
cannot.
And Minnie gets into the back with all of your array of shotguns
Like
and grenades
scrambling in
rope
and moving
shit.
all the books, and it's chaos.
Hell yeah. The tires crunch forward with a lurch and then away from the hole in the ground and racing across the terrain, where you can see in the distance, although it hasn't been identified by Dr. Sam yet, there is like shaking in trees to the maybe like northwest or something, and leaves falling down. Sam, as you buzz down, you can just make out this black and shining elastic mass beginning to stretch its way up the stairs and go higher. Did you make a sanity roll last session?
I think I've made a couple.
Okay, all right, we're good then.
I don't think you saw this guy.
I think
I don't think you did.
Did you see this particular flavor?
Oh, no,
of
wait,
this
no, you
monster?
did.
I saw the other monster in the other hole.
And you have
Yeah.
rolled a sanity. You have rolled a sanity. So, yeah, this is the same one. This is the same one. We're good.
That
Okay,
was the
we're
other
good.
monster, yeah. Wait, the same
you-
monster?
Yeah, it's the same one down the
Same
down the
type.
Same
hole of the
individual?
ground.
Or same,
Same type, I think.
same
is the-
species?
Same dude. Same
It's
kind
the
of
same-
guy.
Do mythos
Same
creatures
kind?
have species, or do
No.
they just?
What?
Fascinating.
What's their individualism aspect? You know?
Anyway, you've seen this, so you're good on this particular flavor of ghost.
Dave
What do you
doesn't
want
have
to
time
do?
for this.
What you get for insulting us before stream?
Well, yeah, if I can see my friends are clear, I'm going to go for a bombing run.
Alright,
So glad I gave you grenades.
jerk the. Is it one of those old timey like the stick driving?
Yeah,
thing?
100%.
Yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Plunge it
Oh,
towards
does
the
that mean
ground.
like in
with,
order to aim, you put it between your knees and you're like, all right, let's go. Drive with your knees.
And you got
Drink
to
to work with a
time
cup
it
of coffee
dropping it
enough
through the
times?
propellers, otherwise the blade will hit it and blow it up.
Sick.
Propellers are on the back.
Nah.
See, I thought about this.
4 grenades.
Is that? Never mind. We're not going to get into the physics of plane flight.
No.
Yeah, because it pushes you forward, and then the hang. I don't know. The design of this thing is strictly from the 60s, and so we pulped it into the 30s.
Yeah, hell
but it
yeah.
works somehow.
You just overcompensate with more and larger propellers if it doesn't get up.
That's right.
There's just heaps of them.
So you're able to jerk the stick forward, and the plane
Yep.
plunges down towards the ground, heading straight towards the hole, pulling up just to the end with only your knees. You can wrench the pin out of the grenade with your teeth and drop it through the propellers and down, down, down. Do you want to go ahead and give me a throw roll? This is going to be... Let's see.
It's more
take
a
a-
drop roll.
Would you take a
It
hard
is.
pilot?
You still
Because it's
gotta
not
aim.
throwing, it is dropping. Would you take a pilot roll?
Yeah, make a hard pilot roll. That's sweet
All
ass.
right.
We are playing with explosives here, so just keep that in mind as we proceed.
You're going to end up bombing us, destroying the car, and all of that.
You need a hard? Do you need a hard, Dave?
I don't need. What I need the hard is to be particularly successfully attacked. The success will clear the propellers and prevent further damage at least.
16 points, just for you.
Shit. Okay. All right. The strafe is successful. You wind down and drop the grenade and sort of twist the plane quickly so it clears the wings and drops. Then you can right yourself up again and race across the other side. As the car retreats, you also of the grenade going off. And Sam, when you buzz back round again, do you want to go ahead and roll the grenade's damage? Do you have it there?
Oh, I do not. Chaz
Yeah.
did. I put all
Yeah.
of the weapons
We should
on
put Chaz
Chaz's
into
character
every
sheet.
game with every weapon under the sun.
Can you tell me grenade damage?
I would guess it's gonna be like 3d6 or 4d6 or something.
46.
Yeah, 46 sounds right. Do 46.
Jim's got it. Jim's got us.
Go with
46.
46 and I'll clarify.
I'm racing you, Jim.
I vaguely recall the explosives that we had last campaign, and it was like 46
Hand
if
grenade.
you're immediately next to me. Yes.
I got it. It's,
Yeah.
It's 40
actually
10. Holy
yeah.
shit.
I had
Oh,
it.
that's right. And it ended up being
did
different
Race.
for me because I ended up being clear.
Yeah, depending like it's distance. So like if you're further
Holy
away,
shit.
it does
Yeah, no,
less
we
to
dropped
you.
it because my arm was in the tree, and it was like an internal
Oh, that's right.
barrier.
Yeah.
So when I blew my arm off, yeah.
I was thinking of big ones.
27.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. That is what we like
As
to
you
see.
race across past it, you see the grenade go down. There's the almost muffled explosion as it was kind of absorbed slightly into the gelatinous mat. And there's that like wet splash as ectoplasm is flung up over the sides of the hole in the ground and sort of tries to pull itself back together faintly, but it's a devastating blow. That thing's looking bad, not good. possibly dead. As you race back across, and I imagine as the car surges through this battlefield towards the shaking trees in the distance, Sam, you're able to lower down enough to give them a couple, like, a thumbs up and a go forward, or you can make some simple telegraphs if you wish. I leave it to you.
I'll telegraph. Follow me.
We've established that you and I were in the army together, so I imagine
true.
hand symbols and that is something we've done. I would recognize them, and
That's
you probably remember
practical.
them enough that you're like, that one. I think.
I'm picturing that the flag communication they use on ships, where you have just a stream of flags behind you, and as you're flying, you're affixing the different flags to send the message and running it back.
That's very in character. I can imagine you've got a little side box with a bunch of different flags and even a Jolly Roger that you can drop down on the side, attached to a string.
You're a mechanic too, so it'd be a complex series of switches that you throw them in order, and then 3 flags drop out the bottom and shake, and then load back up. Awesome.
If you thought Sam was overcooked before.
Let's put him in a bit longer.
Yeah.
He also has a bunch of naval background, which is why he had all of these flags.
Awesome.
Let's get to the heckin' quest.
Dr. Sam buzzes over and the truck follows in pursuit. You move through thick jungle, but you can begin to see that some of the trees have been sort of shifted over to the side. They're standing at slant angles. The ground has been plunged upwards as if an earthquake has shaken through the region, but it's stable now. Birds are just beginning to come back down to roost again, and you'll see them land in the trees around you, chirping happily away as you roar underneath. Suddenly, the tree line clears, and as Sam reaches up with his plane and soars towards the clouds, the truck will see a massive stone screw, for lack of a better word, like an immense drill that is plunged up from beneath the earth with large external ridges around it where it would be able to chew through rock and soil, and is risen up into the like a impromptu mountain suddenly plunged up. Earth is packed up and around it, or broken away where this thing has erupted forth, and you can make out 2 clear things. One, at the highest point, sort of up on these screws heading up, there is a small black speck that appears from here to be a doorway or some kind of entrance. And secondly, you are not the first to arrive. Another truck similar to your own is parked around the other side up against this sort of stone screw thing, and you can spot tiny 2 figures posted near it, keeping an eye out for things coming. They will quickly spot Dr. Sam roaring up and around, and I return it to the 4 of you.
Uh,
This appears to be the source of the shaking.
I mean, this
Has it
logic
stopped?
dictates straight there. We go. Let's do it. Figure this out.
Appears to be
It
stopped.
has stopped? Okay.
It stops. Have they seen? Do we know that there are people there?
Yes.
Have they spotted us, or are they distracted by Dr. Sam?
As you come up, the car probably stops a little bit just beyond the tree line, and Lieutenant Carter stands to reason you have knockies or something. So you lean up, put one foot up against the steering wheel or
For
something,
the
and peer out
non-Australians,
across.
binoculars.
Binoculars.
Yes.
And you peer out across them. You can just make out both of them staring, again, kind of gormlessly, up at the sky as they watch Dr. Sam race past and away. He is well outside of practical rifling range. It'd be a pretty tough shot, although they seem like they might be tempted by it, but they're definitely distracted for the time being.
Pretty good. I'll park the car. I'll go.
Just gonna vault straight out and just kind of start sneaking around to the side because I'm quite stealthy.
Yes.
What are you taking with you, Minnie? What kind
My
of
pistol, my grenades,
all your bits
and my books.
Okay, perfect. A bit of light reading.
Carter will get out of the car and be, Miss Sinclair. Oh God, where's she gone?
She's just gonna go shh, like it's a library, and then start creeping around the side.
It sounds like there's a bit of a stealth mission going on.
Are you stealthy, Mr. Smith?
No, but maybe I can do a kind of cavalry approach. I could I'll unbuckle my seatbelt and heave myself across into the driver's seat. I think maybe I'll come tearing down the hill in the car once I start hearing the gunshots. That makes sense, right?
Excellent sense, Mr. Smith. Do you know how to use a rifle?
Any
Any kind of firearm?
I read a book on it once in my childhood. I enjoyed a good ripping adventure story.
Very good, Mr. Smith. We will show you how to use one when things settle down, shall we?
Okay.
If in doubt, hit them with the car.
All right. That's
I'll get
that's my
out
plan.
and I will immediately go after Miss Sinclair because I am also rather stealthy.
Okay. And Mrs. Smith, you're remaining with the vehicle.
I am remaining with the vehicle. I am anticipating that stuff down by the the side of all these soldiers is going to escalate very quickly. So I buckle up my seatbelt. I start adjusting the mirrors. I'm changing the height of the seat, the whole bit. I'm getting ready to come tearing down this hill.
Awesome. Adjusting the radio station.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's all
Trying out
military
all the best
commands
that Bolivia has to offer.
All right, awesome.
You get some sick folk music channel at some point. It's just
absolutely slaps. Lastly, I'll ask Dr. Sam, what are you getting up to? Your slide.
I should be clear. Where are we? We're making for the center of the pentagram.
You appear to be there.
Oh wait, that's where we're going for. Excellent.
There's a
Good.
great big stone screw thing erupted.
And there's
from
a couple of blokes hanging around.
a couple of fellows. Yeah. This thing is also just scale-wise. This thing is huge. This thing is like. It's not skyscraper, but very large. Just big. It's like a bank. Bank dimensions. It's bank dimensions. A bank on top of a larger
Like in a
bank.
shopping center?
No,
Is it
like in.
Are we talking
I think of the
Westfield
one-
here?
It's like Flinders Street. Which is helpful for some
For
of us.
literally
That's much
only
better.
us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not even Australian
I'm
references.
only
each
gonna
one city
measure things in
reference.
Melbourne.
That's
All right, so that thing was
for
like
the,
a tram in size that
brain-
attacked you.
for the brain pictures, because those are helpful.
Yeah.
You said there's like a tiny little black speck that looks like a door on top of this thing. I'm assuming that is in a wall, like at the top, and not freestanding on the very top.
No. It's in the wall, and there's like these stone. It's like a drill, right? So the ridges around it have spiraled all the way up to the top, where it looks like there is a small door
Great.
affixed.
Currently, the brain images had like freestanding door, and I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
No worries. Dr. Sam, what do you want to do? What you getting up to, guy?
Well, I don't want to land until it's clear, because landing is pretty risky when there are some bad folks around with guns. So I think probably just do like a bit of a cheeky recon run around the perimeter, especially looking out for any more trucks that might appear at any moment.
Okay. You can kind of buzz around, keeping an eye on things and watching the ones below. As you do, what we'll do is I'll give Lieutenant Carter and Minnie a bonus dice on their stealth rolls because they are heartily distracted by the plane, and you can begin to stir around. There's no signs of other trucks approaching immediately as you skirt, but you also would have outpaced them from where the explosions went off, so you might have some time on your side. What you'll also notice, Dr. Sam, is that since the Earth has been shaken and broken away, there have been patches made between the trees where you can attempt to land, but none of them are remotely smooth. It's going to be bumpy one way or the other.
That was always going to be bumpy.
Yeah. All right, Minnie and Lieutenant Carter, can you please both make a stealth test with a bonus dice? There we go.
And because I took the shadow trait, I reduces difficulty by 1 level or gain a bonus dice to stealth
hell
rolls.
yeah.
And then once I'm
Damn.
unseen, I can make 2 surprise attacks before discovery.
Love it. All right, that's awesome. You can go ahead and roll 2 bonus dice, then, so
2 bonus
three
dice.
attempts. Nice.
Let's see how.
Nice. Nice, okay. Very much a success.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on. Is a hard success going to be better here, or does it not matter?
You're good.
Okay.
You guys can stick to those. So, Minnie and Lieutenant Carter stick to the rubble and trees and things and creep forward. After a little bit of travel, you find yourselves behind a tree, looking at these 2 soldiers behind, standing next to another one of these canvas trucks. This one's got mud chewed all around it. The winch is off. It looks as though it just ran completely out and then got wrenched or broken at some point. The glass is smashed up and it's in generally poor condition. The two soldiers aren't talking at all. They're just sort of looking up as Sam comes overhead. But this time, as he comes into approach, one of them slings off a rifle from their back and begins to take aim as he travels over. Let out a crack. It misses him from the side, not even getting particularly close, but he follows again and lets out another shot. The other one has a shotgun held, kind of just loosely in its hands, again staring up at the plane as it moves by. What do the two of you want to do?
Sinclair,
Yes.
I am a pretty good shot.
It'll be a very good shot, yes.
But, so, how's about I take a few pot shots at these lads? And if that doesn't work, you spring out and do your magic.
Well, I'm also much better with a pistol than I am with any other weaponry. How about we just go together and see what happens?
Very good. Do you want the one on the left or the one on the right?
Oh, the one on the right has a bigger head. That's probably better for me.
Enjoy. And I will swing around and fire 3 shots at the one on... I will take... Is it like rapid fire I have to shoot at the same target? Like I don't have a lot of time to swap or no?
Probably fine for you to roll them as desired. You can divvy.
Okay.
I'm probably only going to get the one surprise attack off because I'm with Carter.
Oh
so.
no, that's your button. As you go, you get two.
I just get 2.
No, you're good. Yeah,
I'll fire off 2 shots then.
You're just sneaky. All right, so
Sneaky.
You'll get a penalty on your second shot, though, won't you?
Not for Minnie has a special thing which is basically just get 2 attacks.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Okay.
Amazing.
Because they just cannot see me.
Pretty
Why don't
good.
you both go ahead and make your attacks? Lieutenant Carter, just 3 straight rolls. Minnie, 2.
Are they in point blank range?
No, they're going to be just a little bit further beyond and taking shots as they swing up and around. Getting closer would have risked,
Very good.
being sensed.
Rude.
Nice.
Okay.
Sorry, I
how
didn't
do
do...
How do we look?
I did not do, damage, so...
I got... Yeah, neither did I. I got 1 success. A hard success, a failure and a hard success.
Nice.
I
So
got-
for damage, I think it's a...
I'm just going to roll my weapon again, ignore what I get, but I'll use the
Okay.
damage for those.
That's fine. Minnie, did I give you a weapon with
Yes.
stats?
I'm going to do exactly the same. Ignore the roll.
Okay.
Just take the damage. You know what? Damage, 1d8. I'm just going to roll 1d8. Perfect.
11. Total.
Okay. Nice. Oh shit. Nice. So Lieutenant Carter swings around and takes 2 quick shots, very like military precision.
3.
3.
Missed.
Sorry. Yes. Towards the one firing at Dr. Sam. The first crack goes off of his rifle and then is met by the bap 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 of the pistol shots, each thudding into the torso, and the thing slumps back against the car before sliding down. Minnie takes aim at this dude with a tremendous melon of a
bulbous.
head. Grotesque, to be frank, who swings around and stares at you as you come forward, letting out the bang, and then he just stares at you in surprise, and the second one, bang, right between the eyes. There's an explosion of blood and gore, and he slumps back towards the truck, immediately deceased. Minnie, is this the first time you've shot and killed
Successfully.
someone?
I don't know that it is, because as part of her backstory, I've established that she seems like the kind of person who this would be the first time for her,
Yeah.
but she has in fact been on several adventures and tends to just do things. So I would say she's not as used to it perhaps as the lieutenant, but maybe it's not her first rodeo. Remarkably calm, surprisingly calm.
Curious. All right, perfect. With these 2 fallen, the truck can quickly be confirmed to be empty, although it has some miscellaneous equipment and detritus and things. It was also clearly carrying more than just 2 soldiers. And you'll spot muddy boot prints heading towards the spiraling effective ramp up, where more have entered into the strange thing. What does everyone wish to do?
I'll turn around and motion to Mr. Smith, and given that we have not finished killing everything yet, I will reload my gun, but I will not
Yes.
take the time to clean it yet.
Fair enough.
If I may, I assumed everything was going to go wrong. So as soon as I heard the guns fire, I slammed on the accelerator. I've come down. I looked up the top music of the 1930s, and suitably, I think La Cucaracha is blaring.
Yes.
Radio. Like I'm, whoa, and I realized there's no one there. Stop, unbuckle my seatbelt, fix the mirror, put it in park, get out, get back in, fix my park, and then come and join the others.
Looking at the windows, you get your parallel in. Perfect. All right, the two
Exemplary
trucks are
driving,
parked.
Mr. Smith.
Thank you. I'm glad everything went well. From here, so straight up then, or do we need to clear a space for the doctor to land?
Oh, yeah, Sam. Is there enough space for him to land, like, kind of?
It's gonna be bumpy.
Fair enough. I will just, like, look up to the sky, see if I can spot Sam, and if I can, we'll motion for him to come down.
Are you prepared for descent?
I come down on
You
their
got
heads.
one wheel and a dream. Go ahead and make a piloting roll. I think we're gonna make this. I think if it should be a
I've
penalty, that's
landed
what it should be.
in worse, Dave.
You have, and you know exactly.
Is
the,
it a pilot
the
roll with the penalty die, or is it just hard?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Jim?
Is it possible to get anything like a set of ropes set up to do one of those like those netting things that they do for planes that land on airships
It's
or
exciting because we
whatever?
saw Top Gun not long ago.
It's stuck in my head a
It
little
was
bit.
fucking sweet.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything that we can do down here to help, or
It's
is this
pretty
all-
limited, to be honest.
Sure.
Unfortunately,
Gotcha.
I think this is Dr. Sam's wheelhouse, one of his many
Understood.
wheelhouses. Well, just the one wheel houses.
One wheelhouse.
Wheelhouse. Wheel home.
Wheel home. Wheel shed. All right, go ahead and make your pilot roll. Sorry. Let's just do it. Just do a straight roll, and it'll be hard.
Boom.
Oh my god. The man doesn't care.
Dr.
I-
Jackson,
did
you
I
have,
come
you have
down?
full control of the narrative.
Oh boy.
I yield, sir.
Wait, is Pulp the one where if you
Wow.
critical success on something, you get like sanity bonuses or some bullshit
I will
like
quickly
that?
look that up as Jackson describes this insane landing maneuver.
Oh my goodness. I think I do like a couple of like close flybys of the temple as I'm coming down. You know, it's nipping between the architecture just to get a real good close look at
Hell
it.
yeah.
And then I do a flip, do a loop because I can. No, that's too silly.
No, it's
That's
not.
awesome, dude.
Oh,
The
Barrel roll.
confidence.
You gotta barrel roll it.
Yeah.
I do a barrel roll,
Nice.
and then
You
most
suddenly sprout fox
importantly,
ears.
as I'm coming down, I get a good close look at the damaged wheel, and it's not that damaged, it's just a bit bent out of place. And so as I come down, I kind of like bump, and knock that wheel a few times just above the ground to knock it back into place, straightening the wheel. And then when I think it's good, then I slam on the brakes, slow down, and come to a stop.
Hell yes. I love the confidence of not only landing, but taking the time to fix your own plane before disembarking. Yeah, you're able to kind of
what a
slam
crit
it into
gets ya.
something. Yeah, hell yeah. You guys shake it back into pace, and by the time you land, there's a little dust cloud, and when you, right the aviator goggles and step out Dr. Sam, your companions await, and they should be suitably impressed. Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
That was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I could have been worse, eh?
Well, I mean, well done with everything, landing the bomb behind us, and now getting us here. Okay, that's everything.
found it.
We're all in place.
Yeah.
Sam,
I guess we move quick up the ramp, go inside, and try and sort all
Mr.
this
Smith,
out. Pardon me?
and I'll just point to the fact that like there was just blood streaming down my face. Like, if you don't mind, Sam, could you take a look?
Oh, yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you.
all right. Let's get patched up.
Also,
I have to say, it seems like this is the big temple. The other ones around were just little ones. That probably means that whatever's inside here is a bit bigger than the little ones we saw outside the temple. Just want to make sure everyone's aware of that.
I wouldn't. Those were the little ones.
If we're lucky, the
don't like
soldiers
that much
that went
at
in
all.
before us will have softened whatever was in here up a little bit. Or, and
just fed it.
Or fed it and given us more energy, I guess.
I guess that's also possible. I don't think we have much of an option, though. I think we got to tear in. We got to try and, we have our instructions. We're as close as we're ever going to be. Let's get this done, and let's get it done quick.
Mr. Smith, are you trying to tell me how to do my job?
No, sorry, not that. Please, I'm sorry. Don't.
I've already started walking towards the temple entrance. Just.
Awesome.
Garda, did you actually need healing, or?
Yeah, I'm on like 12 out of 22.
Fantastic.
So it's a D4. It's a D4.
Reminding myself. Yeah, first aid, D4.
Yeah.
But you can only do that once per day, right?
You can only do the
Once
first
your
aid
injuries?
once, end of sentence. And then you can do medicine with some extra time. And then you will also restore 2 points each night of rest.
Per day. Well, what's the limit on first aid? Can you
You
do
can only do
first
it
aid
once.
again? Once per
Injury.
injury. So you get hit again, you can do it again.
Yes, that's right.
Great. Excellent.
I mean, technically, if it's once per injury, I have 2 injuries. And like, I got hit twice, but I don't think that's how it
I think
works.
it's once between injuries,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sort of that point, though.
Guess I'm looking up the rule.
You just need to lean over and give yourself a little 1-point stab. And then, like, heal me. Heal me. All right. So as Dr. Sam finishes bandaging up Lieutenant Carter, Minnie strides off towards this ramp and begins to head up with Mr. Smith.
Am I able, given that we got a look at the thing, the creature,
Yes.
the what's it, am I able to potentially make some kind of roll to see if I can find reference of it, perhaps written down in a myth or a legend, with anything that may harm it and get some information on how to not die?
Hell yeah. So that would be Cthulhu Mythos, which you won't have any points. Actually, sorry, I forgot about that. Everyone should gain some Cthulhu Mythos for, you have now, anyone that lost sanity to that creature will gain some Cthulhu Mythos.
I did not.
I think it's a D3 for the first time you see it, and it's 1 point for each one following. I will double check that as we're going. But since you don't have that, I could see.
So wait, do I get a D3?
Do a D3 for the time being. I'll double check it. And everyone who lost sanity for the thing will take a D3.
Also, Jackson, do you want to roll the first aid 1d4?
Oh no, you're welcome to it.
You're the hero.
Do you have a
very
suitable
well.
skill?
I library user occult.
Do a cult for this one. We'll see if you can get any information as you're all heading up. Okay, awesome. So this is based off largely what you saw of it. So as everyone heads up towards the entrance, Minnie's going back over what it is that you've seen about the thing and what you might know from myth. This thing, it appears, was possibly like down there sealed inside the ground for, centuries, pushing millennia. You just don't know how long it's been. So this thing clearly doesn't rely on things like oxygen or any sort of nourishment. It can just exist as some sort of massive oozing protein or whatever. You notice that given its elastic and almost like pseudo-liquid nature, any short punching, impaling things will do only the bare minimum, or in fact will do nothing at all. And it was only the fiery explosion actually from within of Dr. Sam's grenade that led it to have any effect. That said, you could run that forward to be like something like fire or electricity, maybe even chemical weapons might have some effect, but anything that relying on just like heating it will basically just be absorbed into the mass and little to no effect.
I will relay all of that and pat my pockets with the grenades. But also, Lieutenant Carter, you smoke, correct? You have matches, and I have I have liquor. If it comes to that.
If we run out of grenades, Molotovs it is.
Great.
Could I please take my sturdy walking stick, my hiking stick, and wrap like a section of torn cloth around the top of it and possibly light that on fire to make it a stick that deals flaming damage.
Yeah.
I have a flaming stick.
Yeah, you can improvise a torch, certainly. It's still mostly hitting them with it. It's just also warm. But you can jab it.
I totally understand that I'm not going to, that this isn't an effective. It's steps in the right direction.
Yeah, hell yeah.
At least I have a torch as we explore.
You have
it.
survival too, right, Mr. Smith?
I do have a survival skill.
Yeah,
yes.
you're able to. You're actually quite proficient at it. You can like sort of tear up some sheets and wrap it around, and you have a very functional torch by the time you get to the top of the stairs, and everyone looks down into the darkness beyond. So go ahead.
Sorry, just very quickly, if you're, Mr. Smith, if you're planning on, setting something on fire, we have a few trucks that are full of petrol.
That's a very good idea. I'll be back, and I'll tear back down the stairs, collect a drum.
Not ours!
Yeah, and then I'll run back up once I've gathered everything.
So what have you gotten? What have you done?
Oh, I think I'm tearing back down to get one of the like a spare gasoline drum, right? A jerry can, yeah.
Fire.
Sure. Yeah. You can drain it. It takes a little while as you'll have to drain like from one of the vehicles.
If there's none that would have been
get a lot of extra supplies. I think that's probably within reason.
Yeah, I figured
so you
there
can
might
grab a
be one
jerry
in the
can
back.
and haul it back up. You're a strong boy. They are very heavy. So you can, with your size, you just put it under one arm and race back up. It sloshes slightly and you can get the reek of Kero. All right. So now standing at this highest
Australians, kerosene.
Kerosene. From at the highest point, looking down into the darkness of this large stone drill or temple, you can see that there is a corridor that sticks to the inside track of the wall and loops down and around. Immediately on the interior, you can see there are a pile of what looks like detritus, like taken off like jackets, a couple of pairs of boots and things, and a couple like opened tins of what might be food, others being wet like ammunition where possibly they reloaded. And as you step forward and look down into the mass of it, you can also see what looks like a quite a large circular flap of skin, just like laying across towards the side of it, but quite neatly circular, up against one of the sides.
Sorry, when you say flap of skin, do you
Flap of
mean
skin.
dried leather, or do you mean someone's been flayed?
Kind of wet, yeah.
I
As if someone
hate
took a
it.
disc to your forearm.
Thanks, I hate
and like a cookie cutter to your forearm and twisted
Oh,
it.
no.
And then let the
Good.
How big is it?
cookie cutter?
Oh, okay, so not like massive, it's just
Like crumpet-sized.
wet,
Cookie
Like a
size.
mic-
a
like a
crumpet-sized
Mikey
wet piece of flesh.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Good. We're not gonna burn the place down until we got the mummy out, though.
I hope
Correct,
we're not
yes. I
going
mean,
to
it's
burn it down in
defense.
general. This is more just if we do get attacked by something, so we can burn it down.
I say
This is our personal defensive fire.
Yeah, righto.
I say this with the utmost respect to the three of you. If we are in a situation where odds seem not in our favour, you are going to run, and we are going to burn this place to the ground.
Okay.
Mummy or no, lives first. Do I
That's
think
one.
this is clear?
Yes. Good. Correct.
I tell you to try not to step on anything, but if you do, duck.
Good advice. I'm going to go into the hole.
Okay. And with that,
I will-
everyone steps inside.
Follow.
With gear shouldered around you, there's no light that comes in beyond the first opening where the doorway is. So it's by Hubert's torch and flickering flame they begin to descend down into what must be the temple. Its whole thing's been made of stone, but it's incredible craftsmanship. The mortaring, the breaks between blocks is almost invisible. It's only when you actually trace a finger over it that you can feel it. It's almost completely uniformly smooth, except you notice that along the roof there are, again, cookie cutter size holes that lead up and away, and they must turn at some point or they don't breach the surface. because there's no light that filters down through them. Jim?
Could I reach up with one of the torches and just get a bit of light flickering into one of those holes? Are they like perfectly smooth the whole way, or is there like jagged aspects inside them that look a bit different?
You reach it up and the flame sort of illuminates it and smoke trickles up. It's perfectly smooth, except as you're holding it up, you notice that there's something slowly moving down it, and then there's a catch, and there's two twin pricks of black light as the head of a snake begins to squeeze itself down and then drops the final point. You can step back and it lands on the ground, sort of squirms slightly, and then begins to snake along the ground, leaving trails through the dust down into the temple deeper. And as you look back, holding the torch around, you can see the dust has been disturbed in a number of sections, almost as if it's happened again and again and again, as these sort of like serpentine shapes have squeezed, run along the ground and down into the temple.
Oh God,
Oh,
that's
dear.
fantastic! Great.
As you stand,
Nobody's
there's
afraid of snakes.
Nope.
and another one lands down on the ground.
I think the longer we take, the more snakes are going to come. So let's hurry. This isn't good.
Oh, Lieutenant, you should probably go first.
I wasn't planning on letting any of you do so. So, yes, I will make my way. So it was just a corridor, right?
It's basically it's a twisting corridor that leads around the outside of the thing and seems to just be descending down.
Great.
Down. No turns, no options presented.
Very good. I will have my pistol drawn, and I will have the torch, or whatever we have. 1930s, I'm pretty sure they had torches. Just over sort of the standard, and then make my way cautiously down.
Perfect. Does anyone have a fear of snakes? Any of the heroes here today? No one looks out and goes,
Would have been fun to
Lizbird.
put one of those in, but
I'm
no.
sure that if we end up breaking our sanity down here, we will develop a fear of snakes. But
now
for
we're
now,
talking. It's not too bad.
for now, if it breathes, I can kill it, and if I can kill it, I'm not afraid of it.
Awesome.
Honestly,
Dr. Sam, your
they're
bird
more
is
afraid of
looking
us
at
than
them
we are of
kind
them.
of curiously, possibly desiring a little snacky. Pretty sure birds eat snakes, right?
Yeah, probably.
Definitely. Yeah.
I think
I'll say that
kookaburras
Ruben's a
definitely
little
do.
nervous about everything, so he's not thrilled about snakes. But it's not particularly. It's not more anxiety-inducing than everything else.
It's all the scale, right? Okay. Continuing down, you'll occasionally have and then the slap of one of them landing on the ground. It does seem to be happening with increasing regularity as you get lower down. And you're able to pick your way, and soon you find yourselves basically being accompanied by a couple of snakes following you everywhere you go. You round one corner, or you round it's all one corner, it's a circle, and you see a figure in the edge of your lights, and no, strike that. You see two figures at the head of your light.
For the price of one.
There is a body not too far away from you, maybe 10 feet, continuing down, and it appears to have been bisected clean across the torso and is now in two wet lumps seated just across from each other, blood draining across the ground, and a couple of snakes crawling over it, and then, or not crawling, slithering over it, and then continuing their descent.
Oh, I see what you mean by two bodies now. I thought I was like, where's the other one?
One body, two
no,
parts.
it's two pieces.
Two
of the
half
one-
bodies.
Yes.
Half off. Half price. Yeah.
Where does it look like does it look like they've bisected and then just immediately fallen in that exact spot?
Fairly, yeah. Well,
Oh,
they're very much they're bisected, and then there's a bit of a there's blood spreading around it. There's no real splatter though anywhere.
I think we might be a bit too late, Hubert.
Well, let's keep going so that we can
Hey,
try and protect anybody
before we
else.
keep
I
going,
would wait.
let's find out exactly where this thing came from. Judging by this gentleman's perceived height, can I work out where that would have collected?
Yeah, you're doing the
Indiana Jones
oldest
shit.
measurement of all time, which is kind of like eyeballing that
Yeah.
to your hip and then going, that would be about here on the wall. Yeah, that'll fit. Yeah, and you run that along,
Yeah.
and inspect. Do you want to make a spot hidden roll for me, please?
I do not, because I'm not good, but I can.
I will. I can. You
Yep.
can take one side. I'll take the other.
Alternatively, I'm very happy to sort of eyeball
do
it
that?
and be like, I like.
Oh yes, quite. And Minnie will just push her glasses up.
Yeah, sort of
Do you wanna
look
take
and
a-
be like, I can't.
Oh, nice.
Really
Feel
is
free.
really good.
Bonus.
Uh,
Ooh, very
yeah.
nice.
So, Vinny, if you'll allow it, as you're heading over and looking at it, looking very closely, you will find a very thin line, almost invisible, along the side of the wall at one point. And you can also find the pressure point, again, almost invisible, that would trigger it. If you want, you could get yourself under it confidently and just give it a little test run.
I'm going to make sure that this is it. Everybody, just stand clear. Would you please? And then just
could
kind of
you-
like crouch really low, so it's
Yeah, I think Carter again just like
And then
eyeballs
just-
it at hip level is like,
and very small, and just get way below it, and
Takes-
be way back, and then like
few steps
stick a
back.
leg out, and just boop.
Immediately, this scythe swings across in one clean motion, then reconnects on the other side, where it immediately is almost invisible again. It moves lightning fast and would have absolutely taken you off at the torso pretty much instantly.
Well, this is the. And Biddy's gonna take her lipstick out of her pocket and do like a little X on the on the pressure plate.
Not this one.
how? All right,
This
quick,
one.
quick question. The scythe goes the full width of the corridor?
Yeah.
Great. The pressure plate is the full width of the corridor, or is it like a section of?
It's most of the corridor. It's a number of things in the center there. It'd be about a third right in the center. The sides would not be clicked.
We just have to get low enough, really.
Well, commando
I'm just
crawling is an
marking
option.
We have to
For the way
slither
back.
like a snake.
Like a snake. Yes, it's the metaphor is
Not lost on anyone, shall we? And I'll like drop down and start commando crawling because it's what I know how to do.
Okay.
I'm
Does
gonna
everyone follow suit?
basically just crawl along the side. I'd rather not touch the plate at all.
Yeah,
but
I'm
if
not trying to
it's
touch
like
the
an
plate.
accidental kind of slip, I'd at least like to be underneath.
All right.
The main thing
Yeah.
is, on the off chance there's more than one pressure plate or there's pressure plates on either side, I'd rather us be low.
All right. Everyone gets low and begins to pull yourselves along the ground. It's slow going, and you begin to one by one get yourself past this first pressure plate in the floor. As this happens, the snakes are continuing to move alongside you, and at one point, one will actually like get up over, say, Minnie's back and begin to like ride along it and sort of like moving towards your jacket and sort of moving under it before snaking along and then heading out the
heck
top to
off.
drop back down into the ground. Can I get everyone to please make power rolls? And this is going to be keeping your calm under conditions. Dr. Sam, given you do have your animal kinship thing, I'm
Come
kind of
on.
fine for
Well,
you to not
obviously I'm
roll.
gonna like that.
Oh, g'day, little mate. You're just a bit cold down here, hey? Come on. Have a bit of a snuggle in the jacket.
Hubert.
I locked out.
Okay, so I think, Minnie, you were going to luck Lieutenant Carter. This could lead to a start of fright or a reaction, or it could be like, how does this situation is a no bueno.
I think, you know how we were saying, like, who has a fear of snakes? I don't think Carter has a fear of snakes yet. I think this is a very much development of an, I do not like this, and I would like to leave very quick. It's the beginnings of a dislike of snakes.
Yes.
Very
Awesome.
much so. If you're, because I can't really think of anything more interesting other than standing up and running away, which doesn't really seem necessary, like, required right
Yeah.
now. So if you'll permit me to, like, delay this as a, don't like snakes very much.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, you have it's a phobia development. So as you're sort of crawling along on the ground, a couple of these things ride up along your back and underneath your jacket. They're moving around you en masse, and any sort of like pushing of them away leads them to rear up, and some of them open their mouth to reveal like these long fangs dripping with venom. Others ignore you completely, and yet more will actually sort of wind their way around your legs and squeeze ever so slightly before eventually unwrapping and continuing on. But they're definitely not trained, but they do seem to have another destination in mind.
If one of them like opens up and hisses, Carter just like looks it dead in the face and goes, "I have a gun." And it's just waits for it to settle the fuck back down and then keeps going, but it's just like death staring every single fucking one of these things. It's probably, this is going to result in them doing some dumb shit and taking pot shots when they shouldn't at some point, but yes, for now it's just...
Hell yeah. All right,
look
awesome.
at them. They're just more scared of us than we are of them, aren't they?
One of them all but rolls over in front of Sam, showing its belly. Okay, you're able to crawl underneath the blade, and after a while, Minnie, who's probably at the front looking for any signs, you've seen no other sign of these blades. You believe you're safe to step up and continue walking, as long as you just, keep an eye out for things and watch carefully.
I've read about this kind of thing.
Yeah. If you would,
trap temples and whatnot, I've read about it. If you don't mind, Lieutenant, I can hang with you at the front.
Do the trap temples you read about have stories about snakes crawling alongside you the whole time?
One did.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think that was true.
Very reassuring then.
Yes, Miss Sinclair, there is no point in wasting people's talents. You seem to have a talent for spotting things. Please go ahead, but try and stay within the light, and if anything moves, please stop. Outside the snakes, obviously.
Yeah, they're moving quite a lot, actually.
Get like one is on my foot, kick it off.
All right, you head back up. You step back up and begin to proceed at a marginally faster pace, but slow enough that Minnie can examine the ground for any other traps. You will find one more trap of just this style, although there is no body with it this time. It's only Minnie's with the torch in front of you that you spot a groove along it, and you're able to get everyone back down to the ground and move around it. This time it's even harder to see because there are actually snakes moving right alongside it, obscuring the edges where you were able to spot the grooves previously.
Is it the same trap, or is it a different?
Similar.
Okay. I'm gonna again just mark the spot where it starts in case we're making a swift exit.
Always a good call. Yeah, it seems like I've got an engineer with only one trick up their sleeve. You're able to get down low and move past it, and after a while, you've descended with the crawling and everything, it's probably been half an hour or more going down, down, down. Mrs. Smith, by your reckoning, given you're, I think, the most skillful navigator, you've probably done a bit of cave diving in your time. That seems your sort of thing. You would be underneath the ground by this point.
Okay, perfect.
The snakes dropping down are gaining in multitude as they drop down to the ground and slither forward, and the hissing that surrounds them is beginning to grow more and more in scale. As you get down to a corridor, you can see there is an opening on the other side where there is a doorway, an arch that leads out into the space beyond, and inside it there is this mass of hissing, and as you get towards it, Minnie's torch looks around, and at first you can't spot where it's coming from because it's all around you, and the ground itself is a slithering mass of snakes in this huge pit, about the scale of several rooms across. They're crawling over one another and winding back and forth. You can see them knotting together. There's a couple of small, pillars, I guess, off towards each side, 3 in number, and the snakes have crawled up that and moving around. Anyone with any sort of nature knowledge would be able to easily spot that this is all style of snakes from all across the region. Here, some would be deadly, some would be relatively harmless. There's just no way to know. As you get down here, Minnie, and look across it and see this writhing mass, across the other side, you can see another archway that leads further out, and just as you look across, you can spot a silhouette on the other side looking at you. It's hard to see in the half light, but it's wearing a hat around its head, the same style that the gentleman that Hubert Smith whacked across the side of the face was wearing. And as it stops to look at you, it's not holding a rifle or anything. It has no pistol at its side, only a sort of a bayonet knife. It pauses and then turns and steps up the stairs and away, continuing into the temple.
Shit.
The
rope. Have we still got the rope? I think one of the commanders, who is not as affected by the nonsense going on with everybody else, is there and is going up the stairs, and I think we should hurry.
Okay, let's hurry then.
But I'm going to just point down to the snake pit.
If you fall in, just don't thresh around. Don't hurt him. Don't give him a reason to hurt you. Just
That's a rattler.
stay calm. Stay still.
That one there. See that one there? That one is definitely deadly.
Well, I mean, I don't think we have much of a choice. I mean, can we swing across? Is there anything we could throw this rope up and anchor it to?
I think we should try.
Mr. Smith, you look up and you can see that the ceiling is pocked with these holes. And even as you look, you'll see more of these snakes extruding themselves from the stone mass to drop down to the ground below. You could possibly try and affix a rope to something, or you could clamber along it, putting your hands into the holes and pulling yourself along the side of the wall and away, the risk being a snake emerging as you're doing so.
That's okay. That's a lower risk than walking.
Alternatively, there are the poles which could possibly be leapt across, although they are reasonably fast-paced and it would be a fairly big jump. And then the ground itself, the stairs actually go down to it, so you could just wade amongst the snakes and make your way across to the other side.
Oh.
I think you might be right, Doctor. Wading through might be the best way. If we fall while we're trying to do anything else, I think it's going to be really bad.
Uh-huh.
Snakes aren't particularly fond of fire, are they?
I don't think so.
Very good.
Oh, come on. We're in their home here.
I'm not
It
suggesting
can be
we
a
set them
backup.
on fire, Sam. I'm suggesting we move them out of our way before we move through.
Maybe
Gently.
that could risk panicking them, though, making them more aggressive when we try to wade through. I don't know what the solution is here.
Maybe the fire is a backup.
No, I'm pretty sure grenades are a backup.
Well, their plans C.
They're always the
I guess.
backup, though. That's not new.
All right, Dr. Sam, do you want to lead the way?
I'll give it a go. Everyone's acting like I got animal handling.
Yeah.
I have animal handling.
I might
Animal
actually
vibes.
see if I can give me one end of the rope at the very least. You take the other, Hubert. I'm going to see if I can get through just gently, as the slightest of the lot of us. See if I can just get through without making a fuss, and then at least that way we can I guess have a rope on the other side if we need to get anyone out quickly if they get bitten or.
Okay.
I don't know.
You're going to, disappear under the mass of snakes.
Do we know how deep the pit of snakes is? When we say wading, are we talking
There
like
is
we're going to
no sign of the ground beneath. Hopefully not too deep. The stairs look like they just go down. It's a strange illusion. It's literally as if the floor could just be a few inches beneath and there's just a singular rising mash, or this could be
very easy
a
rope checking.
swimming pool down to the ground.
Mr. Smith.
Who's got a stick?
Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith.
Sorry, apologies.
Would you be so kind as to put your stick through the
Yes.
snakes to find the floor?
I can try. I poke it down and start to feed it in.
As you begin to do it, with the fire approaching them, you'll hear and they begin to rear up and away from it. Can you make an animal handling roll actually for me, please?
Okay. It'll be base for me at start, so that's just going to be a D100 of a one
think
because it's
so,
a custom skill. All right. Rather than add the new skill and write it out, I'm just going to roll a D100. 14, luckable. So I guess I'll lock it down. 13
you want,
points of luck to a 0-1. Sure.
Okay, awesome. As you rear down towards it, a couple of them lean back and hiss. You can see venom pooling, but none of them strike, and you're able to carefully maneuver the stick until they begin to push back away from it, and you can see the ground is actually only about one layer of snakes beneath.
Oh.
If you put your feet onto it, they would come up to, somewhere along your calf. Still very much surrounded by snakes, but
Still
you're not
waiting for
swimming.
snakes.
Good. Well,
Not ideal, but it's not terrible.
well,
And the fire looks like it might make them. It does scare them, but in an aggressive way.
Well, I mean, yes, so possibly best to keep the fire away from them as best we can.
I said it has
Yeah.
kind of cleared them around that area. But-
Well, let's go now. Go.
Yeah,
Go. I
yeah.
think you've not got a better shot than this.
Let's go. Let's go.
pretty good.
Okay. Is Minnie going first?
I
And is
think we're
everyone
all-
just following, or
I think we're all going. I think
we're all going, and we're trying to stay within the as much as possible where
Yeah.
they've cleared.
It's like it was like a few, a foot or a couple inches, and as soon as it's not, I guess, not like a blazing thing, but you get enough space that you can get your feet down onto the stone, and then you can slide your way
shuffle?
along the ground. You're not risking stepping on anything, but you just push forward, and as you do, you feel the mass of coiled bodies being pushed across the ground in front of you. You're moving very slowly as you get across, but you can't help mounting fear rising inside you. These things are everywhere, and it's possibly not helped by Minnie pointing out the lethal ones as you get across, and soon you are all in the first halfway across. You're halfway across the thing when you find yourselves completely surrounded by these things. I once again need everyone to make a power roll.
Is there any bonus or anything from having succeeded the last
Really,
one?
how do I keep failing this? I've got
Okay.
such high
This
power.
one's amazing. It's much
unreal.
more difficult.
Gotcha.
But we're still managing with just the straight power roll.
Sure. I'm gonna lock it, obviously.
Okay. Lieutenant Carter.
Unbelievable.
I could luck it. Or,
It's kind of funny.
Or it's just funny that I am not okay with any of this. I am very happy to just make it that this is becoming a proper, I am going to start being very unhappy around snakes.
Okay.
I don't know what that means right now. I'll leave that in your hands.
And I will
you have
take
a-
it. All right, everyone begins to make their way across, and as they begin to sort of coil around you, lashing, occasionally rearing up, you sort of pause for a moment, give them space to settle back down and head away and make your way across. Lieutenant Carter is the last to make to get to the end as you were covering the retreat and keeping an eye. Wanted to make sure everyone was herded across. When you get to a point where there is a number of these things rearing up around you, you can feel one coiling around your ankle, and then as it begins to slip up towards your sock and sort of pushing down or around your trouser, that's the breaking moment, and you leap the final distance away. But as that happens, and you feel something pierce the side of your leg, blood spurts forth, and you let out a sharp breath of pain. So,
Oh no.
snakes can deal all manner of damage, and it's really just a matter of luck of what sort bit you. I am going to ask you to make a luck roll for me, please.
Certainly.
Okay, not too bad. I'm just
Good.
going to do a D8.
Just
That is a
D8.
D18. Ignore that.
Yes, excuse me?
Okay. As you feel, and then you can immediately. The pain's not too bad. You make the jump across. One still coiled around.
8 damage.
Poison is what's happened.
Oh.
And by the time you get to
okay.
the other side and you rest against, you're feeling a little bit lightheaded. You get to the stairs and Sam and Smith can pull you up and away, and you can feel your leg beginning to pulse with pain. The side of it is sort of reddened and the whole thing stings.
Doctor,
Your
this
toes
feels
are
like
kind
your
of
name.
numb.
Are we clear? Are we safe?
You're on the
No,
other
I
side and
think-
pulled away. The mass seemed to be here.
Yeah.
That said, from the deeper in, you begin to hear a grinding of stone on stone from somewhere deeper inside the temple.
I'm gonna take I always wear a printed silk scarf. I'm gonna take it off and just offer it to the lieutenant. Tourniquet and push on. I don't think we have much time.
Oh, let me see if I can do anything about the venom. First aid.
Yeah, go for it. Make a first
This,
aid roll.
this seems like a new injury.
Okay.
Yes, I looked it up. You can do first aid once after, and then to take damage. It's taking damage is the word. And you've also got to do it within 1 hour.
Yes.
Or
yes,
you're out of luck.
Okay.
Anyway, another
You're able to
D4.
get across it, and you take Mini Scarf and wrap it around and then tourniquet, getting possibly like a portion of a stick or something to twist it tighter and then jam it over inside. You can heal 4 points, and the venom appears to have been restricted towards your feet. That said, Dr. Sam, you'll probably think once you get back to the aid camp or anyway, you're going to want to get anti-venom or some sort of...
It should slow it down for a bit, but we'll get some medicine for you when we get back to camp.
Good. Excuse me one moment. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to fire 3 shots into the snakes.
Oh no!
And then I'm going to reload my gun.
Wriggle over.
Oh, come
Better
on.
now.
The gunshots echo all around as you're in this sort of like enclosed space, and all of your ears are ringing when the pistol gets reholstered. But as you look back, you can still hear this grinding stone sound that has only gotten louder.
Okay, well, come on,
West.
whatever that is, it doesn't sound good. Let's get to it before our
Let's go.
friend with a few missing teeth gets up to anything too sinister.
Very good. I will start moving again.
Okay.
Miss Wilhelmina, eyes, please.
Onward.
All right. You head back up. Minnie, what was the scarf like? What kind of colors? I'm just picturing it. That's now
Probably
lashed around the
like white, but with like a red poppy design.
Okay. Cute.
There's a lot of
Now
them.
lashed around Lieutenant Carter's leg, and 2 new poppy red dots springing amongst the poppies. As you get up the stairwell, the snakes do not appear to be continuing this direction, and there's no further holes dropping down. You get to the highest point and then look down into a large vacuous chamber, very close beyond the one that you just made your way through. There is a huge open space with a number of tall columns around it. This is it's like an amphitheater or a large stadium in scale. At the furthest point, there is a huge stone serpent, a statue, which rises up to the ground, massive in scale. 15, 20 feet up, and its eyes are these huge green gems glinting faintly in the torchlight. Just before it, you can see one figure standing tall, the captain that Hubert attacked previously, and just in front of him is the corpse of another one of the soldiers, blood pooling across the cracks and staining the base of this serpent red. As you've come up, you've seen crumbling plaster and stone dropping down towards the ground, and the statue is beginning to reveal itself to instead be a huge snake coated in scales of stone, freeing itself from the rock and then beginning to slither out and on towards the ground. As it does, I'm going to need everyone to make sanity rolls, and you will see the captain turn around to catch your eyes again, glare towards you, and you'll spot that, for one thing, he does still have the stamped emblem of the Rocky Mountains or whatever across his jaw.
Yes.
And the other, he has a disc of skin removed from his palm, and you can see underneath it something rough and something that doesn't catch the light. It's not bleeding like muscle normally would. Sandy rolls, please. For
That
big
tracks.
Goddamn
That makes
snake.
sense.
Story checks out. Yeah, cool. Really,
Oh, thank fuck.
you know what? I'm just gonna leave that one.
Oh my god.
I could luck it, but you know what? I've rolled.
Let's
I've failed
get
so
some-
many of my
Well,
power sanity rolls.
For sanity, you can't luck sanity.
Whatever. I'm gonna leave. I have failed so many of my power and sanity rolls, which is ridiculous.
All right.
got 90.
So, everyone that succeeds, please take 1 point from the massive snake coming forward, and everyone that fails, that's going to be a D10.
Oh my
Sweet.
god.
Oh.
I'm rather fond of the fact that it's just like
That's not good.
Cutter is at this point so fucking tired of snakes that they're just
Finally,
like,
what I can shoot.
nope, I can deal with this one.
Ooh, that might be about Wilhelmina, can you please make an intelligence roll? And I think you're pretty intelligent. Oh, this rules. Hang on. Yes.
I'm pretty intelligent, yeah. Of course it is. Sure, great, wonderful.
Okay, all right. We're gonna go to dexterity in just a moment, but I want to set the scene a little further. This massive snake unwinds itself. The stone rock still around it begins to slither down towards the ground. As its mouth opens wide, you can see the interior is similar to the stonework that you've been past. Very smooth, grey, and rock, but the teeth are long ivory spears that plunge down towards the ground. It begins to surge forward, and as it does, it for a moment reveals a space behind it. There's a crack that opens up as coils unravel, and the captain moves to go over it and begins to squeeze through the snake, down past it, and into a tunnel hidden underneath it that goes further into the temple. I'm going to need everyone to make dexterity rolls, and we're going to carry things out from there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm absolutely look.
Okay,
Really, this is getting silly.
I like that Dr. Sam's reaction to getting extreme success on dexterity is, oh no.
I gotta figure out what to do now.
If it makes you feel any better, I'll still be going first.
Thank goodness.
the Snake Grande is having a go for it.
Not before Carter.
And let's give our captain a little crack. Oh my god.
Goodness.
The dice are cooked. Okay, so on the extremes we have... Oh god, sorry, I didn't see the crit. Holy shit.
I was waiting for that. I was like, that's not the response I'm used to for crits. I'm just gonna sit here quietly until Dave's quite finished. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes,
all right, and this is also all the tension of the snakes. Let's fucking go. Okay, so Carter is gonna go first.
Carter, Snake Captain Sam?
Yeah, did Sam, you got a hard? Yeah.
I got an extreme, but high
yeah.
rolls beat ties.
Carter, Captain, Snake, Sam.
Carter, Snake Captain, I believe.
Carter, Snake, Captain's higher with 85.
Oh, I thought it was whoever rolled higher.
That might have been I think that's a mechanic that I got wrong a while ago, and that's
you bastard.
Smith and Sinclair are going to be. We're going to give it to Smith because Sinclair is having a little
I'm having a time.
Moment.
I did luck my dexterity, so I'm not failing.
Oh, so in that case you are going to go first then. So we'll do.
I'll go crazy before Hubert goes anywhere.
Yeah, great. Okay, Carter, you are absolutely first. There is quite a long stretch of stone before you, and the captain is already beginning to squeeze his way through the coils, but you shake off the sort of, the tension or the pain. Your leg still throbs, but hey, baby, it's combat. This is what you were bred to do. Scene is yours.
How far away am I from the snake and the man?
You can make it in a sprint, but that'll be your full turn as you close the distance. Otherwise, you could walk across it.
How far away are they? Within 15 yards?
No, it'd be just beyond that. Yeah, it is quite a large scale. If you want a pistol, you could walk forward and take your shots, and then you'll be within your standard range.
I'll do that. I will walk forward and just say, I don't know who you are, but I don't like the fact that you still have your kneecaps, and I'm going to take 3 shots at the man.
Awesome. Go ahead and make your roll. Yeah.
Point blank?
No.
Within 15?
No, point blank.
You've just said they're within 15 yards. That's
no, you can get within your pistol range, like gun shoot.
Oh, right.
This is quite large. This is you're a ways away. Or you could fight straight sprint towards them and get there.
Okay, do I still have the ability to shoot? Can I do that? All right, very good. I will walk forward to get within range and shoot them.
Hell yeah. Gun time.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. Let me...
Count that one. Just roll it.
I'll count as a success. I'll just roll the damage for that one. So that's the damage for that one.
Nice.
10. Second shot. Hard success. Damage 4. Third shot. Hard success. Damage 10. 24 damage.
Hop. All right. As you squeeze a shot, so it was a 10, a 4.
And a 10.
And a 10.
Okay. You fire out towards it. You see shots, each one hitting into like the like back, ass, leg as he scrambles across to try and get inside it. Each one hits, although you hear it like thudding into something inside it. It's not doing the full effect, and by the time it gets over, it's still moving, although you can see blood seeping down from his trouser legs and staining the stone snake, which is beginning to twist and unravel. The blood that is staining is like black and oily as it drops down. A palpable strike and very much felt as you hear him jerks in response, but still moving for the time being.
That's concerning.
Ruh-roh. So we now go to the captain. He squeezes and squirms his way through, and then you'll see his boot vanish underneath the stone snake and into the space as the snake rears around and begins to like slide across the ground towards all of you. The hole is hidden for the time being. Now, it has a long way to go, and it can't reach there in one turn. So it moves towards about the halfway point and then begins to rear up, pulling itself to its height. This thing is huge. You can see its teeth bared, and it sort of hovers, watching you. Let's give Sam a turn.
Oh, no. Sorry, Carter was shooting at the snake, is that right?
No, I was shooting at the man.
Oh, right. That's what I thought. And now he's gone. Well, I think we should spread out. I think we should scramble, spread out a bit, and then...
Try and get in the hole.
what are my odds? What are my odds?
Of getting in the hole?
Oh, yeah, getting past the snake.
Getting straight past it, you'll have to. It's basically readying to see if someone goes right, so it can make a lunge at them. It'll be dodge to try and dodge its attack, and then once you get there, it's gonna be dexterity contested to squeeze through and enter. And while it's focusing on just one of you, you imagine to be tough. Although, like you might have thought, if you can begin to divert attention.
I think that's what I'm inclined to do. I'll spread out and then take a shot with me rifle.
Okay, so you sort of fan across to the far side, raising your rifle. As your bird's flying behind you, lands it, sort of like screaming and taking some flight around, just enough to kind of draw some of its attention. Do you want to go ahead and make a gun button?
I will press the gun button.
Gun button.
Gun. Oh,
No.
It hits.
But, you know...
You fire straight
Makes
into
noise.
it, but stone just cracks away, and the thing seems to take no damage. Seems like it has reasonable armor, although there are a couple of weak points around it that might be able to be focused. Sam fans to one side and fires towards it. As we go to Minnie, Alex, can you roll a d10 and then a d10 again? The first is going to be what the battle madness triggers. The second is going to be the duration.
Are we, because it's pulp, can we know what these are? I always like the hidden's fun, but it's fun to know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll roll them open. Because pulp.
Roll a 6 and roll a 2.
Not too bad.
It's pretty good.
Okay, so the 6 is flee and panic for the first one.
That was what I was going to do if you'd have given me a choice.
Oh, good. And the 2 is the duration. Now, there's also one other thing. Can you please roll a d20 for me? And this is a pulp mechanic that gets added to everything, which is an insane talent. That just basically everything kind of clicks into gear. And we'll see if it suits.
6.
Okay, so that is insane recall. Every memory, and so I remember everything perfectly. Every memory and fact the hero ever heard is right at their fingertips. Faces and figures, details crowd their mind in a flood of information. Get a bonus dice to education, know, or skill rolls when trying to remember information that you might feasibly have once heard or seen.
And Minnie's read every book in the library.
So yeah, hell yeah. So I think basically we'll function. That is as long as you're still going with your flight, but you can basically rely on. You get bonus dice on any sort of skill roll you make because you can just rely on something you might have read about in one of your stories, which kind of rules.
Yep.
I can
that
imagine.
Theology degree. It's coming in
I can imagine you getting back to that snake pit and seeing all of them and knowing every single one spread out in front of you. That'd be horrible.
Minnie, what do you want to do?
I'm running.
Which direction?
I gotta go.
Into the hole?
Snakes behind, hole in front.
Into the hole?
I think I'm going into the hole. I don't want to be back the way we came. I'm just gonna try and run past the snake and go into the hole.
Okay.
I just want to be out of this room. I don't want to be in this room. This should not be real. This isn't real.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's
As you
real.
go,
It shouldn't be.
how does your madness visualize? Do we see wide eyes? Do you see like a scurry of panic?
As soon as the snake had started to unfurl, I think Minnie just froze, and you can see her eyes just getting wider and wider and wider beyond anything that she really, any normal expression, and she's just frozen for far longer than she should be. And you can see her lips moving, like she's reciting something, like she's going through something verbally, just reasoning something out with herself. And then she just takes off at a dead sprint directly towards the hole.
That's kind of awesome. So
it's kind of like the meme of the like the calculations meme. It's like that, but panicked. It's like, which way is going to be? It's further out than in.
I also love because visually, as the stone serpent unfoils and begins to move, Minnie freezes, and then, not dissimilar to the serpent's eruption, suddenly you break free of your own fear and go racing across the opposite direction of Dr. Sam, to slide along the ground, as suddenly this huge thing, this tower of stone, plunges down towards you. It is going to make an attack against you. Can you please make a dodge roll for me? But I don't think you're going to attempt to riposte.
Red hot go.
Oh dear.
Think you're right.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
This thing lunges down towards you, just a tower of stone and serpent, and when it slams into the ground, Minnie has tumbled along the other side and is still sprinting towards the massive coils at the far side, which inside should hide the entrance to the tunnel. You get towards it as it's beginning to swing around and towards you. The coils drag across the ground, and you see that this column has begun to encircle you now, and you're beginning to be trapped as the thing weaves about and takes its position looking down over you. But you have made it to the other side. You can now attempt to enter on your next turn. Finally, we go to Hubert Smith.
All right, fantastic. Dave, this is Pulp, and when I made this character, I said he uses his strength to defend his friends. There is a terrible giant serpent in the middle of this area. I know I probably can't reach it straight away, but I'm going to rush forward to engage that serpent, and since it's covered with stones that I probably can't whack my way past, I'm going to try and get both my big arms around its belly and, like, try to be like pulling it around to stop it from attacking things. I would like to combat maneuver to pin the snake.
Hell yes. Okay, so what is your build? Because this thing is massive.
My build is 2, which is good, but I have the Pulp talent outmaneuver, which increases my build to 3 when I'm using a combat maneuver.
Unfortunately,
the snake's got build 99.
It's got build 10.
Okay, never mind.
That said, but Jim, what I reckon you could do it. So it has 2 sides of it that are particularly lethal. There is the head with the big chomping bits, and there's the tail and the body, which do the, you know, the squashing bits. You could try and like eliminate one of them to try and hold it down, and we'll just, that'll effectively limit it. It'll still be hard, and I'm giving you a penalty. Or you could try and start levering off stone scales to try and create an opening, or give an ally a bonus rather than applying the penalty.
Give me an opening.
I love the
Shoot
visual.
The damn thing.
If I can get the scales off in a way that'll reduce the armor that's on it, I'll take that option.
Awesome. Okay.
So maybe instead I rush forward and I jam my walking stick in like the folds, and I start to head bonk, and I'm trying to lever off pieces.
Awesome. Go ahead and give me a, I think, just straight strength roll, right? I'm going to contest you with an attack.
Sure. That is a success from me.
Okay, you get the staff inside it, and you begin to haul it back. We see the gleam of a couple of your trinkets picked up from walks in the past, and the flames that are still burning on the other side of it flicker as you lean back. And what Carter sees and calls out just at the last moment is the tail rear up and then swing around towards you at incredible speed. It's gonna smack you up. Oh, and it fails. Carter's able to call it out, and Smith, you kind of move around so it slams into its own body. You can block it somewhat with your own strength and continue to haul on it. With that, there is a grinding crack, and one of the stone scales drops off and towards the ground, reducing its armor for the duration of this fight and also providing a weak point. On the inside, whether you thought this might have been, maybe you were thinking this could be mechanical or something, there is organic heart at the center of it. You can see like typical scales on the interior, and where it's pulled away, there is a bit of black blood oozing down, although it seems to have coagulated into thick, heavy drops where they fall. That is Hubert's turn, and we go to the top again with Lieutenant Carter.
Great. Am I now within point blank range? Do I need to get closer? Great.
Also, given the size of it, you'll take another bonus size because it's a big.
Great. I am going to aim for the weak point. It was either going to be shooting it in the mouth and hoping for the best, but in this case, if I've got a clear shot of the part of it that's
it's oozed.
It's oozed. Then I will take 3 shots.
So you're gonna get a bonus dice for point blank, a bonus dice for size. You don't take penalty because special. Your feature, and I'm gonna give you a penalty for the cold shot. So 3 attacks with Uno bonus.
Here we go.
Pretty good with guns, eh?
Relatively.
Teach this snake the meaning of gun. Oh, teach it better than that.
No, that's a success.
There.
So that's 2. Not very much.
2 points.
Oh,
That's good. That's the second crit. That's the third crit this session.
It's true.
Hell yes.
So I believe, unless I'm much mistaken, that is 20 points of damage, because it's the 9 from that and the extreme.
Damn.
Because it's impaling. So
It is
22, and then my final shot. Bonus is another success for 4, so 26.
far out. Okay, so it does have some lingering armor. 1. That's a big hit. Okay.
Take that, you dumb snake.
It's not gonna take it out, but it's pretty significant. As Hubert finishes levering off the stone scale, and it pulls away, revealing this ichory mess, and the mundane scales beneath. Mundane, it's pretty big. The tail swings across. Hubert moves out of the way as you call for it, and then you let out 3 shots that fire into the heart of this creature. It rears upwards in response, fairly badly wounded, and you can see blood beginning to pool down from it towards the ground. However, just given the size of this thing, it has a big ass health pool. And it is still moving. All right, we go now to, oh good, snake time. Okay, it is going to make 2 attacks. It is going to make a tail slam against Mr. Smith, and it's going to attempt to bite, rearing down at Minnie. Please decide if you want to dodge or thump.
I just noticed that when it made the tail slam attack, it did 34 damage.
Best of luck to you.
Brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's a big snake.
I feel like this is a good time to say, did we heal overnight when we took that
You would
sleep,
heal 2
technically?
points.
We would heal 2 points.
You
I'll
have
take that.
Yeah, that's my gift to you.
Thank you.
All right, Minnie and Hubert, please dodge or riposte.
Dodging, hopefully.
Okay,
Yep.
that's good.
I have
I'm
a better shot.
Going
with
to move that to a hard if I can,
Go for it. Spend the luck. 7
because
points.
I would very much like to not get bit. That's
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good call.
Quick question about, I'm sure Pulp no, but generally speaking, if you try and attack 2 different targets on a turn, you take a penalty on one of them, do you not? Or is that not how that...
Monsters usually have multi-attacks.
Monsters-
If you're a person,
smack.
yeah. I will riposte because I have a better chance to. I will stand before it, raise my cane, and...
If you have it in a bear hug, I really just want you to try and crush it.
Okay, this could be a lot of
be bad.
GD damage. Okay,
Yeah.
Minnie, this is the bite, so you got a hard
Hard.
success. You're at the point, you're looking for the inch. You see a glimpse between the coils where it looks like the tunnel continues. Then as you go towards it, you hear back
No, I don't
something
have.
rising up beneath you, and a regular success. So you are able to get out of the way as it slams down towards you and you tumble past it. It has missed so far, but meanwhile elsewhere, Hubert, you dodge the first tail slam, and then the other one rears up and whacks down again.
Here we go. Oh!
Far out. Okay.
How
The
is
ground
that
cracks
34
underneath
twice?
it, and there is a burst of dust underneath. It's probably just the average of it. Yeah, it's rolling a lot of dice.
34 damage. To be fair, even Hubert doesn't survive those hits.
Dust sparks up and begins to drift down as we pass its turn, and we go to Sam.
The mustache wriggling along his
Mustache is not
face.
what it's doing.
Faux stash.
All right. I was so shocked my mustache tried to detach itself. Oh no. All right. Well, if no one's had a shot at that weak spot yet, I'll be so inclined.
Lieutenant Carter's had a pretty good crack at it, but you go ahead as well. So it is going to be a penalty dice for the called shot. That said, you will get point blank and... actually, you're kind of off to the side. You're not within melee. You'll definitely get the size bonus. It'll be a straight roll for the called shot or a regular roll for a normal attack.
A what?
Would he not be in like point blank of rifle though? Because rifle's got a much larger range.
It's based on your dex. What's your dex?
My dex is 50. So not
I think that would put you right in melee. Oop, ignore that. That would put you right in melee with it. So I think you're not getting point blank, but you're definitely getting the size of it.
That's fine. I'll have a shot.
Yeah, give it a crack. What's the worst that can happen?
Just a regular shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to
Don't
help.
you have a bonus for the size?
He's trying to go for the
is that
called
what you
shot
said?
for the weakness.
I was going for the weak spot.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're trying to catch it, but Hubert's in there, the tail's moving.
Dear.
Do you want to move and try and get closer to everything and try and get to where looks like the entrance is?
Well, yeah. If the snake's not going to notice that, which I presume it's not because it just bounced off, I'll make another play for the tunnel.
Okay, all right. As you fire, you can circle round, and now both Dr. Sam and Minnie are circling around the rest of this coiled mass, trying to find the entrance to squeeze inside. Occasionally, as it twists and moves, you'll see gaps for an instant, but then they get crushed close, and you can picture your bones breaking and being ground to dust if you were within it. Speaking of which, Minnie, you're up.
I want to go down the hole.
Okay, awesome.
This is the final round of my madness, and that's all I want to do is I'm going forward. Got to get out of this room.
Okay.
Can't be here. Nope.
So, this is going to be a hard dexterity test to try and squeeze through. That said, I think you probably could apply your bonus dice from the inside if you could come with a suitable story of...
I think it's just I've read about temples. I said it before. I've read about temples like this where there are traps and difficult things, and I know that the best way to do this is as soon as you see it. If there's a rhythm to it, you have to calculate the rhythm. There is no rhythm to this. This is an organic creature, and I just have to go for it as soon as I see the hole open up.
Take the opportunity. All right, it's gonna be a hard dexterity roll. Go ahead.
Oh.
Amazing.
All right, you kind of amp yourself up, and then suddenly, Dr. Sam, just as you get there...
Okay. I was like, head first.
Nice.
Dives forward like a kid going down a slide. You quickly, and then the thing slams shut, and for a moment you don't know if it clipped the back of her, but then you can just hear muffled from the inside. Minnie, you've darted through, and there is... Actually, sorry, no, you don't. You dart through to the other side, and there is a hole in the ground going straight down. You hit the other side of it, and then you slide down the tunnel. So I guess, Sam, you hear a muffled... All right, and Minnie says, Minnie, good news, you are no longer mad.
That's
You
progress.
are perfectly sane as you...
I don't know if we've brought this up on stream before, but Alex and I have chatted about this. Minnie's size is 40, so not only is she very, she's really little, so it's like, I love the idea of her just being like, through a hole that, like, most other people can get through.
I love that. All right, that was Minnie's turn. Mr. Bert, Hubert. Huge Bert.
Oh, okay. All right. This snake is here. If it gets another shot against me, I'm going to be in big trouble. So the only thing I can think to do is to spin around and to try and jam my my weapon into its weak spot. So may I make a brawl check? Oh, pardon, what was yelled?
Nope, sorry. I thought occurred.
Oh, please!
Okay.
I just didn't hear it properly.
It's fire.
Fire! I think I probably left my canister back there. I think I go for the stab with this.
Okay.
I jam my stick against it. So if you would permit me, Dave, I'd love to make a cord shot against it. So
It is gonna riposte.
The alternative is I can say, hold it steady, Mr. Smith.
will it, if I use my turn to try and provide a bonus die to the lieutenant, will it still have a chance to repot?
Nope.
I will do that then.
So you can get the bonus. You could get the bonus for like an attack, or you could get to the coils and try to start heaving them up so someone else can head through. Up to you.
Oh, sure. If I can do that without provoking an attack, I go straight to the coils.
Okay. You race towards the coils, and can begin to find an opening. When someone dives through, you can give them a bonus by assisting them to like hold them up for a brief moment with all your strength.
Excellent.
You are now now Dr. Sam and Hubert are at the coils. Lieutenant Carter is on the other side with the thing in between you both. And speaking of which, Lieutenant Carter, it's your turn.
Legging it because I just emptied my. It's a 6-shot gun, and I've taken 3 shots, 2 rounds, so I'm reloading as I book it.
It's sweet as hell. Mm-hmm. I picture you like sprinting towards it, then leaping over the body of it, sliding along the other side and getting to the ground. Now all 3 of you are standing around
also,
the coils.
I would love to, as I slide along the side of this stone serpent, flick out one of the magazine and then slam another one back in, just getting ready, and then just look at the other 2 and go
fuck yes. You yell go, but not before the thing grinds around and begins to rear up once more. It's going to does anyone make themselves targetable? Otherwise I'm going to randomly decide who gets what.
I will step forward. It is my duty.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna... Okay.
Dr. Sam or Lieutenant Carter, any of you willing to take a smack, or is it...
Look, I'm not, but I am... my job is to defend everyone. That's my job.
Luck would be the default. I'll just roll it. But I'm just seeing if is anyone actively standing away. And Hugh, you were kind of setting up things, so that makes sense. Okay.
I'm the doctor.
If you're all right to do it, Jim, I'm happy to leave this one to you because I'm a little
it's
bit
making 2
not
attacks, so 2 of you are getting attacked. So
okay. In that case, yes.
Hubert's getting attacked.
Very good. In that case, that's fine. I will also because I've said go and I have stepped out with a gun, so sure.
Okay. In that case,
otherwise I'll take them both.
As you slide across the body, the thing rears up and will try and bite down at you, Lieutenant Carter. And Mr. Smith, you've so far this tail slam's been ineffective, but I'm nothing if not persistent. I will squash you flat. So here we go again.
In response to that, I'm going to try and dodge this time.
Fair enough. All right, both of you please make your dodge or...
You can have 2 points of luck for a hard dodge success.
Noted.
Oh
no,
Hubert.
Mr. Smith is not the most dexterous.
Why you got no dodge?
I am not a skilled dodger, unfortunately. Okay. Come then, tail swipe.
Let's do the bite first. So, Carter, you slide across it, snap the clip in, yell go, turn around to see this thing, and all you can see, your entire field of vision, is massive stone head. As the thing lunges towards you, the mouth opens, you can see a flicking tongue just at the enter, and the inside of its mouth is a tunnel leading down into the bowels. Venom drips from the fangs and it slices towards you. Attack.
Oh no! Will this be a TPK?
Uh-oh.
No, I'm good. I'm down the hole.
Oh, good point.
Okay, so on the bite...
Dave, do you have to see bite ability?
I am...
Can we
and the
just
problem is I'm
leave it at
looking at
that?
the bite ability, and it's not great. Okay, can you please make a constitution roll, Lieutenant Carter?
I certainly can.
And this is probably one you...
Hard.
I would make if you...
Extreme?
Extreme is the DC.
Very good. Then I will give you extreme.
Okay.
It's only a point, so we're fine.
You only... so you take the 6 damage
from
the attack, which is not too bad. And then you can feel poison as one of these spears lances through your side and clicks close on the other side. You're out of the mouth. Poison begins to thud through you, and this would have paralyzed you for some time, but the adrenaline's firing through you. You're able to keep moving, and you will suffer no further effects. Well done.
Good.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sam.
Meanwhile, you can't constitution your way out of being pancaked. Yeah. No! You dive to
Only
one
25
side,
though.
dive to the other, and then wham! This thing slams down, and everyone just sees Hubert get flattened by it on the other side. Hubert, apply the damage and then describe what we see.
Okay, 25 damage.
Remember, we're not doing
is
major wounds or anything.
colossal. But as the tail slams down, there's a huge kick up of dust, and then when it withdraws, Hubert is still standing, swaying.
Does he have like 30 something hit points?
And he'll let out a little "mummy" for a second as blood pours out of his mouth. I'm still up.
You can also, according to the pulp rules, spend 20 points of luck to proclaim it's only a scratch and immediately heal 1d6.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Get a little juice.
Shit.
20 points of luck, you say?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna save that because I'm holding on to my spend all remaining luck to save your character as long as it's over 30.
No dio, yeah.
Which
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you do need to have at least 30 on hand if you want to avoid certain death.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Thing slams down and Hubert gets part of it. He's able to like push his way up and move out. How disheveled do you look at this point, Hubert? Does like
it's a mess. He's already been crawling around on the ground, so his nice sort of cream suit is just filthy. When this thing lands on him, it kicks out gouts of all this black blood from its tail that have injured it. So he's a mess. He looks absolutely horrid. He's got scratches all over him, and he's like coughing blood from where he's bit his teeth. It's rough.
Hell yeah. But you ain't down yet. We'll return to everyone else with Dr. Sam. It's your turn. What's up?
Get in the hole.
I do not all get in the hole.
Make a hard dexterity test with a bonus dice.
Ah, you bastard. Aww. But
Just need a little 2 there. Oh, he's good.
That's how it's done. That's how it's done.
And it's because Hubert went there. So Hubert, you get smashed down. Dr. Sam makes the leap, and you're just able to throw yourself forward and catch the weight of the coils before they plunge down, and there's charred things.
Yes.
And then you all hear the oh no, down the hole on the other side. Speaking of which, Minnie.
Hi.
From the other side, as soon as you leap through, you like almost ricochet off the chute on the other side. They begin to slide down it. Can you please make a roll? Here we go. As you begin to slide, you can try and stop yourself. You could try and make a climb roll or something to slow your descent or to go down. You kind of throw yourself, or you could just do jump at the other side to minimize some of the damage.
I'm gonna try and climb. I'm not a good jumper, but I'm a better climber than I am jumper. So I'm gonna try and like scrabble on the walls and like spider myself against a wall.
Awesome. Can you make a climb roll, please?
I can,
holy shit.
in fact, make a climb roll.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like a little spider monkey, and Minnie like goes down the shaft and is like, and then just kind of like grips on. It's like, oh.
You can stop if you want. You can stop your descent. Okay.
And just like start climbing down.
I like the fact that
I'm not mad anymore.
You stopping might
Risky.
stop Dr. Sam from going.
Yeah.
So that's the next one, because as you stop yourself, you do begin to hear the Dr. Sam ricocheting down the same thing and making the descent. Awesome.
Okay.
So Minnie, you hold yourself there for the time being. Back at the top, Hubert
We're gonna
and
start
Lieutenant
descending
Carter.
slowly.
Noted. All right, you're beginning.
Slowly.
Oh, in that case, so as you begin to go down, you will
Cautious.
see that this it goes pretty much slightly angled descent, fairly straight down, and at the lowest point you can see flickering torchlight as you head down to something below, and you can also hear a hissing, chanting sound.
Oh, okay.
Not possible.
From below. Okay. Back at the top, Lieutenant Carter and you go to Hubert Smith. It's just the two of you still up here with Big Snake Man. Not man, Big Snake.
God.
It's your turn.
I think I hold the door. I try and give Carter an out in case they choose to dive down instead of shoot the creature and see if it can be taken out. I don't know how close to death it is.
Doesn't seem to have slowed too much just yet, although it was definitely a fairly palpable strike. All right, so you're holding the door, so provide a bonus for the leap. Okay, Lieutenant Carter, we go back to the top with yourself.
Don't both of you try to be like, go, I got this, save yourself. You can't both do this.
Mr. Smith, if I do not see you down the bottom of this hole in a very short moment, we will have words. I will make myself clear. And then I jump through.
Make a dexterity roll with a bonus dice. Well done.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, so
Hey.
fine.
Hell yeah. Words are action, and then you throw yourself through onto the other side and begin to make the descent. It's the snake's turn.
Hubert stares it in the face.
You hold it open, Hubert, and then when you let it fall with Lieutenant Carter down, there's no more torches in here. It's just you and your staff with the burning like filament on the end of it. You hold it up and you see this massive thing begin to rise up into the air, looks down at you, and then suddenly plunges towards you like a tidal wave. Do you want to dodge or riposte?
Shout towards it as I dive forward and duck.
Go for it, make your roll.
I will luck that to a success. With 9 points of luck. 9 points of
Okay.
luck, 9 points of luck.
All right, that's a success. And that's a success. The tide wins. You take it. You're able to dodge out of the way. It slams down into the ground. You coil away. And we are going to go back inside where Sam... so that is its turn. Sam, do you want to give me a climb or jump as you begin to... down the shaft and... away?
Climb. Jump.
Let me guess, they're both 20.
They're both the same, but I'll have a go at advancing my jump, so I'll go for jump.
Okay, I'll take a bonus as well, because Minnie's effectively...
Good. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Minnie, as you're very carefully going down...
Okay. Okay.
Dr. Sam
Okay,
gets
that
his
was
leg-
risky of me. Why did I do that? Oh God. Oh, I don't like this. I don't. What the?
right past. Awesome.
Sam?
Minnie, it's your turn. He's gone straight down and through the other side.
Can I try and catch him a little bit?
It was the bonus dice was factored in. That said, yes,
Okay.
you can attempt it. What it'll be
That's
is it'll be
what
a
I can-
strength
yeah.
roll to kind of get in the way as he goes past, and the risk is you lever yourself out and go down with him.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay?
Kind of hoping you'd stay there, because if I fall and hurt myself, it's gonna suck. It's fine.
No, I'm going
Okay.
down.
We're all going down.
You look at you. I got you. I don't got you. Yeah.
Oh,
Both of you go hurtled out down towards the other side. We'll leave the description for that until we'll put Carter down there. So Minnie, you try and grab it, go down. Both of you head down.
Yeah.
Hugh, the thing roared down towards you. It slammed into the ground. Begins to wind around. This next time, it's the tail that's going to rise up and try and crack you across the face. It is your turn.
one.
Okay, it's swinging. Oh, it's my turn in between.
Your turn.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so it looks like I'm going straight down this hole. Beforehand, just a quick question. Flat dash across back the way we came. Would that get me out of its range more securely?
Yeah, you could just try and bolt and clear back towards the serpents. It's not a terrible idea.
Sure. I'm just one in terms of how this is going to go out
You could
mechanically.
use
I'm
your
happy to
full
make it-
action to leave its like airway base,
Yeah,
like its
if I could-
area, and bolt. Then it could, if it chases you, it could follow after. You know, if you can get across through the serpent pit and to the tunnels, it would not fit down that, or it would just fit. It's hard to eyeball. Maybe it's made
Okay.
perfectly for it.
What I'm trying to get out. Sorry to be so mechanically driven about this. Is basically the roll I'll have to make this turn to avoid getting attacked. It seems like it's a dex one here. If I use my full turn, is it still going to get a chance to hit at me, or is
It'd
it
have
going
to
to be
use
like
its full to chase and engage you. So no, it wouldn't get it. If you use your full to run back the way you came, it will need to do the same to catch up with you. That said, you are going away from the point.
Let's go down that hole. I think it's a better chance. There's too many steps here.
All right, it is
Which
a hard
means-
dexterity roll.
It's a hard dexterity roll. No, okay, we're running. I played my entire action.
All right, you like juke around and sprint around and away back towards the entrance where you all came in. The thing begins to chase after you, grinding rock beneath it. and then you get towards the arch, and it seems to be in pursuit. Okay, Carter, as you descend, do you want to make a jump or climb?
Climb. Because I've
for it.
used jump already. Let's see
Straight
if I can...
roll. Okay, you are able to slow your descent. You are still going down with that one, but you will not take damage. As Minnie and Dr. Sam, can you each take 3d6?
Sure.
And you...
This is not good.
This is
Oh, nice.
Holy
Wow. Very well done.
Take that and apply it.
Oh, Samuel! I land on Dr. Sam.
You tried to catch it. You're even.
Oh, that wasn't so bad.
Okay.
Sam?
You both, Dr. Sam plunges down first, landing on the ground, and then Minnie collapses onto him. Lieutenant Carter dropping down into the room a moment later. What you are standing in is a small, it's sort of donut-shaped room where it's like the walls are sort of curved inwards slightly. You can see no other doors leaving, but all along the walls there are hieroglyphics carved into them with chisels into the stone long ago. They're weathered slightly but seem to have been out of the elements for some time. A couple of statues are pressed up against the walls, and you can see they depict sort of serpent people, tall humanoid with scaled skins and large snake-like heads with lidded eyes. They stand shown in sort of robes or armor or almost like vaguely, strangely modern attire. One has something that might be called a suit, if you were being charitable. On the center of the room, there is an altar with a stone depiction of another of these creatures laying sleeping with its hands crossed, and you can see in front of it is the captain. He's badly wounded. He's limping from the gunshots delivered by Lieutenant Carter, and you can see his jaw appears to have been damaged in the descent because it's hanging open, and then you see it's actually been unhinged and is swinging back and forth as it sort of whispers and lets loose in this guttural, hissing tongue. His tongue itself has elongated out of his mouth and is thrashing wetly through the air as he continues to chant, leaning across over the altar, and he's holding a large, wicked-looking bayonet. That's going to park all of you, so Carter descents. Actually, no, sorry, that was just Hugh a second ago. Sorry, we go back to the top. It is, all of you see this as the captain startles for a second, seeing all you come, and he was like, "It's too late. She must die." And then he heaves the altar across, it creaks, and you see that it is a sarcophagus, and there is something contained within, and he moves to plunge the knife down into it.
Amazing.
Dr. Sam, you're up.
Wait, we're not at the top of the...
Okay.
Oh, we are at the...
That was your descent was the roll, so you just went. It's Captain's turn.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, actually, technically it's the snake, but we'll flash through all of you guys now and leave Hugh and his snake to.
I mean, it's gonna be Snake Hugh, Snake Hugh, Snake Hugh.
Hugh and his snake is the title of our spin-off show.
Yeah, yeah.
So to Sam, you're
A
up.
burlesque show.
I'll call out, hey, in an attempt to delay the knife coming down.
Yep.
Does it work?
Not.
Hey, hey, we can talk about this. Whatever you want to do, there's gonna be a way to do it without that knife.
Okay. Make a charm or persuasion roll.
I'm not saying it's the best idea I've ever had, but it is, strictly speaking, an idea.
An idea.
Technically, it's in
Yeah.
the card. All right. Shoulder Minnie off so you can stand back up and try to talk to him. As the captain looks around, you see inhuman eyes, uncaring and without sympathy. The skin has dripped away slightly from it. You can see underneath the eyelids green scales slightly reflected. It lets out another hissing spit and says, "Foolish humans, you understand nothing," and will very much continue to stab the shit out of whatever's inside the box.
Okay, but I slowed it down.
Sure. You got a personal insult. That's always nice. Minnie, you're up.
I'm going to shoot him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
That's an idea. Oh man, if only you thought of that, Doctor.
I did think of that, and I thought, no, let's talk about this.
Giving him the
first.
option.
I'm escalating, not de-escalating. I'm shooting him.
Yeah. Make a. So this is very much gonna be within point blanks. Holy shit. Who gave Minnie a gun?
Minnie gave Minnie a gun.
Yay!
That's going to be
Minnie's
20 damage.
armed.
Yeah, 20. That's pretty good.
Holy shit.
Just flat out.
Minnie's got a gun.
So,
Minnie,
in pulp,
get your gun.
In pulp, creatures have luck as well.
Yeah. You bastard.
Specific big boy creatures that do things of note. However, this one has killed all of its minions that would be able to redirect. Is it sacrificed them all the way down, and so as you swing the gun around, it like leers towards you and says, "Not a chance! I killed the nurse, and I'll kill you too!" And then it leaps across the altar towards you, Minnie.
Oh.
As take the reins. You've got the bastard dead to rights.
Oh, as soon as I think it's cut him off halfway through sentence, mid-sentence, just go, nope.
Fire
Just a note.
across. It cracks
Right through the
through the like the upper point of the jaw
yeah,
and
yeah.
straight back through the brain, splatters across the other
Nope.
side, and before it clears the altar, it slumps down into the ground, raking towards you. You can see long talon-like fingernails. It sprawls across, and you can see something like shiny, almost like a discus shaped, or just kind of boomerangy, but all metallic, slide across the ground and away, and it reaches up a hand, quivering towards you, and it goes, "You will suffer the one night."
Okay.
But then
Absolutely not. I'm not having any of this. I'm done.
dead.
Reloading. Absolutely not.
That's it. I do need everyone to make sanity rolls, as this thing is revealed to be less than human.
Mm-hmm. I'm done. Absolutely not.
The fourth crit of the day.
What is happening?
Didn't we discuss?
But it's not this. It's not this. It's not this.
No, it's not this.
It's not
About-
this. But it's not. It's not.
It's not. This has just been insane luck. That is the fourth crit of this session.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, there's been 4 crits for the players, and I haven't gotten any. And Hubert, you're still up with me, so get ready to go.
Any either.
Well, I haven't had a
okay.
crit either yet, so get
Oh wow,
ready.
just divided between Grady, Lieutenant Carter, and Dr. Sam, hoarding all the crits. Okay, Dr. Sam, it's just another animal friend. This one you can talk to, and it can make you tea. So on a success, I believe you take nothing. It's gonna be a 1d6 for those that failed, though, and that's just Lieutenant Carter, who I think very much. Okay,
Oh,
that's
that's
Bout. Mm-hmm. Make an intelligence roll first.
It's about what?
About time to go insane.
Oh,
Hey.
super easy. So, my intelligence is 90.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh no, it was actually what's there. You understand it all.
You could also spend luck to halve sanity loss.
Yeah, I could spend 12 points of
You can
luck,
spend
You could do
12
that.
to make it 3.
which would take me...
would stop the bout.
Yeah, look, let's do that. So instead,
Yeah, now is probably not the time.
Hang on.
It'll
So
look
time
40
Across the
minus
room.
12 is 41. Yeah, I think I am fine to take, double to halve. So I take 3. I am shook, but I am still okay.
If interested, I think
For
a little snake phobia or something might be.
Oh, I already
Depending
have
on
put
how
in
you're
the background, like throughout this session, in my background, like phobias, manias, have gone mild dislike of snakes, moderate dislike of snakes, severe dislike of snakes. I think we're just at like severe dislike of. So we're not phobia yet because I haven't gone full
that's the
manic, but
next
it is
step.
like just over the course of this session.
Critical
no.
dislikes of snakes. Okay.
Does not like snakes.
Minnie has shot the captain as they leapt across, and actually that'll park the round. So let's go back and check up in with Hugh and his serpent friend. So Hewett, as you race across the ground towards the arch, just buying time, just avoiding one more blow, the one that could be your last, this thing grinds across stone towards you, and when you stop, you are on a little platform. It's basically here, and then there's stairs going down. One has this giant stone snake pursuing you, heading across. The other goes down into the long, writhing mass of Serpent, which you definitely remember walking through calmly and slowly was what got you through in the past. Your heart's racing, you're sprinting as fast as you can, your hands are sweaty. What do you want to do?
Now, if at all possible, we were up here watching when we ran in to engage the snake.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that the gasoline canister I was carrying would be here too? Because what I might do is fling the gasoline canister in front of me to clear a damn path through those snakes, light it up, and then run through the fire myself rather than get hit. Just getting straight out.
Hell yes. Make a throw
a
or
series
survival.
of rolls done over several turns.
Yeah, make a throw or survival roll out of the gate. That'll get us started.
Let's go with survival. I will give you 11 points of luck.
Okay.
Roll to survive.
And don't tell us where your luck's at, because I'm now keeping track of how close you are to that.
Well, this is the perfect time to say that I didn't restore luck at the start of the session.
A likely story.
Make sure you do
But
it
you
for the
go back
previous
and
luck, but
check.
absolutely do it. No, I believe. Have you spent luck this session?
I have, but I know where I started.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and do that now? So as you hurl the jerry can, sort of untwist the cap and throw it spiraling through the sky. He's massive dude. Petrol sprays all across the snakes, and then it clangs onto the other side. You take your torch, the sole source of light at the moment, and I presume drop it down into it to start the blaze.
Yeah, absolutely. That is correct. That is it. I dropped the torch in.
Throw it forward, and it catches and immediately. It fills with fire and smoke. Immediately, your eyes begin to water. You can't see easily. Your breathing gets hard. The snakes begin to coil and blacken in front of you, and you take the first tenuous step down into them and to walk across. The snake is going to go. Given you are engaged with it now, it can make a strike. However, I'm going to give it a penalty dice, given the fire has just erupted and you're stepping down and away. So, dodge or riposte.
I will absolutely dodge this one. I rolled a D100 so that you couldn't see where my luck was at, and then I rolled a D10, which I
so
have
we
to
don't
do
know.
either
We
way.
don't know if it's a D10 plus 10 or just D10. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I go ahead and make your dodge.
Oh,
I will give you 1 point of luck for a crit. I had it this time, Dave. You were wrong. You are
Holy
getting
shit!
it.
Oh, ignore that.
and you should still check your dodge, because that's still a success,
absolutely.
right?
Hubert, despite his size, moves quickly when he needs to, and now you've set yourself to your plan. You begin to race through the flames, feeling them spark up and around you. The heat will very much burn you. You can begin to feel things char and blacken, but you have outpaced the thing, and as you get towards the other side, your lungs filling with the flame, you can see the tunnel, which should be your salvation if you can only make it to the other side. Given you are leaving, actually, let's play this out and see where you get to. Can you take... I think it's going to be like a flat... I'm eyeballing here. Like a D10? D12, Jim? What do you think? For the fire. It's quite a lot of flame, right? I don't think
if it makes any difference, I have the endurance pulp talent, which lets me make a con check with a bonus die.
Do that. Make a
All
con
right,
check with a
let's-
bonus dice. That's a good one.
Let's make a con check with a bonus die, coming right up with 1 and regular success, and 2 for
This is good. We'll scale
regular
this.
success.
Okay, why don't you take that? Why don't you take a D8 from sort of fairly, again, petrol, and it's beginning to stick to your shoes. Your pants are on fire. Your jacket's long abandoned.
3 damage. I'm still up.
As you get towards the other side, you will find your staff where you threw it has begun to blacken and burn. Do you take like one of the tokens stamped into it, or do you grab the whole thing to repair it later? Or what's it look like?
Let's grab just a token. I've lost the damn thing, but I have my blackened token of a Rocky Mountain, which imprinted on that guy.
Hell yeah. So you grab it. It's hot as well. It begins to, you can feel it into your fist, but you get to the other side, and when you look back, the snake's gleaming jade eyes glimmer in the burning fire, then returns and goes back the other way. You are alone in the temple in the dark.
My plan will be, just to flag it before we jump back to the others, I'm going to desperately try and find my way out, crawling the whole way so I don't activate that damn scythe trap. And once I do, I will get back into the car, put on my seatbelt, and have it ready for the others, hoping that they'll come out so I can drive them away.
Hero. Absolute hero. All right. Thank you, James. Meanwhile, back down in the heart of the temple, the 3 of you are standing. The slain corpse of Captain Lafuente, or whoever claimed to be the captain, is bleeding. Black blood on the ground. You can see underneath this human skin, there is a lizardy forearm, and presumably it continues the whole way up. There is the shifted altar, which reveals the sarcophagus beneath. What do the 3 of you want to do?
Sam?
Yes, let's take a look at that.
Just general patching up before we do anything else particularly stupid.
There's nobody else in the...
No one else down here, just the 3 of you.
Whip.
You're at the mummy while they do that.
Give a little look.
Oh,
Nice.
level 4. Quite good at this.
So as Sam
Sounds like you're a
patches up,
doctor.
Lieutenant Carter, Minnie creeps forward, gun still smoking, to peer over the altar and into the sarcophagus beneath. Down below, you can see a figure of another of these serpent people with its arms crossed, and although there's a thick, like a grayness to the scales, it doesn't appear to be stone. It's more sort of petrified or something. The eyes are open, and you can see them white sort of pearls calcified in the skull, and its mouth is slightly ajar, just enough that you can see fangs peeking out from underneath. It's dressed in what would have been robes some time ago, although they've begun to rot and fall away. And seated around it are, a number of scrolls, old and also worn, but bound in leather twine. There is also a scepter, which is clutched in its arms across one side. Very pharaoh in style, that depicts a pair of snakes winding around them and then plunging as if to attack one another at the highest point. And then almost tied around the figure's feet is a whip with jagged thorns all along its length. Very nasty in style. It seems to have been lashed around it to tie it in place.
Would I recognize that as the source of the wounds that we've encountered?
The source of the wounds?
The wounds on the chap.
Oh,
on the child.
No, that one you would probably tie most similarly to the wounds that Lieutenant Carter received from the
tentacle monsters.
thing.
Of
Yes,
course.
right.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Okay.
According to your mission parameters, this seems to tick
mummy.
the box for mummy.
Live it up, I guess. It's a shame. I hope Cupid's okay. I'm sure he got out, right? He's okay, right?
I think
Sinclair.
it'd take more than that to take Huey down.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Lived up, I guess. How do we get out of it? I'm gonna have. I'm going to start taking shit because that's our
Loading up.
Have a look for
a way out.
please.
Yes, quite.
Also,
I'm
Miss
gonna-
Sinclair.
I don't want to go back that way.
Miss Sinclair.
Yes,
Exemplary shooting.
I'm getting better, I think.
You certainly are. Right.
I'm going to take a look at this mummy.
I am going to have a look over the body of the snake person and kind of keep a perimeter while the other two are doing their investigations.
Load up on scrolls first. Those are going in my holsters, my book holster. I have like little compartments. It's fine. And then I'm going to look for a way out.
Okay.
I want to get us out of here without going back that way.
All right, cracking. So Minnie begins to load up on things and then heads towards the walls. You can see these hieroglyphics carved all around it. You begin to look for, I mean, there's been secret levers and traps so far. Why not an exit? That seems par for the course. You begin to, one of the statues, you lean up tentatively and just pull on the arm to see if that does anything. You begin to search.
I book the nose.
Can I get a spot hidden roll from you, please, Minnie?
Yes, you can. You
rolls
may.
this session. These are insane.
To be fair, I'm specifically picking things
you are
that I
very
am
good
good
at
at.
this, yeah.
I'm very good at this.
Okay, so Minnie's searching with great knack for an exit. Lieutenant Carter, you crouch down towards the corpse on the ground. You'll find one. There is that strange boomerang-shaped weapon. It is a bar that could be held, and then two fangs which emerge from either side of the hand, so that you could jab it into someone, and then twist as the nurse was slain. It also looks as though it could be flung, almost boomerang style. And you can see on the back of it, there are empty, like, canisters might be inserted, and as you hold it, you can see poison dripping from the extremities.
I would like to see if the snake fellow has any more vials of poison. Also, I know you said Minnie shot him in the face.
Yeah.
Are his teeth all broken?
No, it went straight through the jaw and up, so yeah, you got a couple of chompers. You want a chomper?
Amazing. I would like to take at least one, if not both, of those fangs.
Take
You can wrench
the
that out.
chompers.
Pocket them.
Yes,
Take that
for the
chompers.
moment.
Beyond that, there's a
Take the
map
choppers.
not dissimilar to the one that Dr. Ursini died carrying, with a couple of marks on the area, and you can see their calculations as they begin to hone in on the location of the temple, as well as the pentagram that surrounds it. Only reiterating information you already have. Beyond that, there's the nasty-looking knife. Although it is military in style, it does not appear to be of whatever this thing
Take
is.
it anyway.
Yeah, have it.
It's weaponry.
And that's all that they.
No vials of poison.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, there'll be a little, almost like a leather bandolier, like a rolled up case with, let's call it 6 little vials of poison. All right. So taken. We'll come back to Minnie in a moment. Dr. Sam, you head over and look down at the body. Can you give me I think medicine is the most appropriate?
Yeah, I want to see what this thing is, whether it's human, what they've done to it, and also the best way to transport it so that it stays in one piece. Medicine. There it is. Yes. Why am I not verbose anymore? That's annoying. What would be an extreme? 1/5 of 70.
I think you're.
Would
Oh,
be
it'll be the
not-
same as. It'll be 14. I think you're
14.
probably good with the hard, to be honest.
Very good.
You look over it, and you can see that it is very frail. The outside is like it's petrified, but it looks as though it's brittle, or almost as you tap it, it's almost hollow along the skin exterior. Carrying it as it is would be quite difficult. However, as you stop and watch it for a moment, taking time, talking a little bit to your patient, as you might do, you will hear just the very faintest from the mouth emerging. And you recall, although you are no expert with animals, snakes shed their skins.
Oh.
And this one in time may be lost. This is probably just the outer layer. So you could, this can
But it's
probably be
making
carried fairly
noise?
safe. Very
Is this thing full of
faintly.
snakes? Is it full of snakes?
No, I think it's just the one snake. It's just
I
in
think
the
it's
process of
full of snakes.
You said it was in a sarcophagus under an altar. Is the sarcophagus stone or is the sarcophagus wood?
Stone.
Oh, don't say it like that.
Right.
Okay. Do I get the impression there's someone still in there?
There is a hissing problem. It is either some very strange chemical reaction, or there is something inside it, asleep, unconscious, dreaming for an unknown age.
I'm gonna
There's something going on here.
I'm gonna
Sam.
get ready to put the lid back on, and then probably wave down Carter.
And walk over.
And hope my mustache stays on.
I'll make my way over, sort of measuredly.
I'm gonna indicate just get ready to put the lid back on. Just get ready. Just get ready to
Pulls
put
out
the
the
lid
gun.
back on. No, just put the lid back. Get ready, put the lid. Just the lid. Put back on.
Sam, you do your job. I'll do mine.
Just as this is happening, you will hear a clunk as a secret wall does open and a set of stairs can be seen leading up towards the distant surface. And Minnie looks around triumphant.
I booked the snow. I just the snake, the nose, the. Never mind.
I'm gonna lean over the body and say, "Hello.
Let's do that.
We're here to help. You right?"
The eyes don't blink or move. Chest doesn't rise or fall. There is no sign of any sort of life beyond the very faint whistling hiss that can be heard almost constantly streaming out.
How do you like
do we not-
Yeah, how do you
How-
like
how-
odds of getting the
this-
stone out of here?
Is this
It isn't too
creature?
heavy.
How big is it? Is it like
Human.
human size? Human. Is it mini size or is it Hubert size?
Yeah, you're right. We've got the kind of the pool here. It's 50. Yeah, 55. It's
so it's average.
your average.
Great.
Guy.
I am wearing a relatively long trench coat. I am going to take that off. Sam, assist, please. I'm going to go and lift the thing up and put it in the coat, if we can, disturbing it as little as possible. I'm then going to wrap the coat over it, get our rope, secure it so it's in essentially like a modified body bag, so it's got a bit of padding around it because the coat's pretty thick. And then I'm going to hoist it over my shoulder and say, shall we?
It's not too heavy once you get it up. I mean, it's heavy. It's like a person, but you can sling it up. You can kind of adjust. It's a little weird. The way you have it oriented, the face is like facing away from you, which is here, and you can very faintly make out when you stop and listen. As you finish that and prepare to leave, the scepter, I presume, has been grabbed by someone and pocketed along with the strange whippy thing.
Didn't you say the whip thing was actually tied around its feet?
Yeah, you could untie
So-
it. Otherwise, you could just leave it there and it's probably fine.
Leave it back. I'd leave everything that
Yeah.
it's like actually affixed to it, but the scepter, I'll say, Miss Sinclair, this might be of interest to you.
Oh, thank you.
Some kind of caduceus, perhaps? I'm not entirely sure.
Don't know. We'll find out.
Good.
That's
Take
what
the
libraries are
scepter
for.
and
If you would be so kind as to lead the way with your eyes and your light, that would be greatly appreciated.
and the last
Yes,
thing will
let's
be
get out of here.
as you're leaving and as you were preparing to go, Minnie, you had like a quick look around as you were examining the walls for secret entrances or exits rather. Entrances. It goes deeper.
Yeah.
You see the hieroglyphics are depicting a entire race of serpent people in all manner of culture and tradition. You can see them dressed in military garb or displayed as prophets, and you can see them clashing amongst themselves and with others. You can see entire lands lost to time, and you can see above all of them a portrait of a single serpentine figure, hands clasped as the mummies are, clutching both the scepter in one hand, the whip with thorns in the other, and seated upon her head an ornate and strange crown with odd design to it, which like twists and so it almost digs down in towards the temple. As you have a look about, you will find a box placed off towards one side at the feet of one of the statues, and when you click it open, it's not locked or anything, you will see a velvet inlay or something similar to that, but nothing but nothing contained
I don't like this.
But
I don't
nothing
like any of
contained
this.
within. It appears that if it looks as its size is as of where the crown would fit. But it does not appear to be here. Checking the captain, he does not appear to have taken it. It just looks as if it is not here.
I'll
Perhaps
take
it
the
never
box.
was. Have that.
If the box is like a little, like a wooden one that's light enough, I'll take the box as well. Just
The scrolls kind of fit in it. You can carry it.
Good.
yeah, exactly. It makes it easier.
If we have searched over everything, and we're quite good to go, I would like to return to the surface. Sam,
Let's
I
go.
appear to have been poisoned at some point. If you could take a look at that, that would be fantastic. But up to
Yes.
that point, I think we should move.
All right. Our
Let's
heroes
go.
trudge up and out of the temple,
Hero is a
up the
strong
stone
word.
stairs that goes on and on and on, up and up and up. Your legs burning, especially Lieutenant Carter, who is A, poisoned, and B, carrying another body. Eventually, you get to the highest point where you begin to emerge, blinking into the light. You are up one of the drill-like spirals on the outside, but much lower than the previous one was. And you can just make out at the ground Hubert, who is seated, wounded in the car. That's all, beep, beep. And can gather all of you because, Hubert, you're beginning to get a little bit nervous, and it's growing as over in the jungle towards the other side, you've begun to think you hear shaking or see shaking or birds erupting as possibly reinforcements are coming.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
Good.
What about the doctor? Are you taking a plane back up?
Could I have had time to mount it back on the car while we were waiting?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, that tracks.
Alright.
You had a little bit. You can, again, wounded and all that you are, you get it up and onto the back and ratchet it down. It's not going to be able to take off from it, but it's strapped enough that it can.
It's just so we can
go.
move.
Yeah.
And
so we can get out of
with,
here.
you know, with speed, everyone sort of slides down the thing and leaps into the car. The mummy is put into the backseat and strapped in like a toddler, and then flanked on either side by Minnie and Dr.
Millie.
Sam. Hubert slides across the shotgun and Lieutenant Carter takes the wheel. And as you jerk the transmission into gear, you roar across the fractured terrain and into the woods just as two more jeeps grind to a halt outside and a couple of soldiers begin to drop out and fan out, scanning for any signs of passage. You race across the jungle, through the battlefield and towards the village, and from there you will head back towards America in New York, where the Foundation will be eagerly awaiting for your update. But we will pick all of that up and more when we continue.
Hey!
As we're like leaving and
Yes,
you know, getting
please.
out to the airfield, absolutely there will be a point where Carter goes, I don't know about the rest of you, but I am going to have words with Command.
I'm going to sleep for a week.
That too.
I look towards Dr. Sam, expecting a quip.
Nothing.
I'm gonna do my best.
Okay.
Most
Way
important
to
thing is that we have fun. All right. Champions. Absolute champions. So that is the end of chapter 1 of the two-headed serpent. Two-headed serpent. We did kind of...
It's infectious.
We did kind of whip through this one because James and I are going to be going over to Gen Con shortly, and there will not be a stream next week or the following as we are in America. The land of... What are we doing over there?
Gen
Conventions,
Con.
as far as I'm concerned. So we'll be over there. We're going to take a short break for a couple of weeks while we spin things up.
Jet
And once
set
we
around.
return... And once we return, James, we're going to be jumping into...
Yes, we will be jumping into the next chapter, the next scenario in Cults of Cthulhu. That is Angel's Thirst. I'll
that sounds
be
sweet.
sharing some more details about that in the Discord at some point, so please jump in there if you're not already, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the other side of Gen Con, or perhaps at Gen Con if any of you are there.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
don't worry, we're coming back after. These characters aren't going anywhere. We'll be
No,
back
these
with
ones
more
are
of this
sticking around.
bullshit, more of
Yeah.
Cult. It's happening. We're
exactly
doing
right.
that in a bit.
We'll be returning to this on the other side of Cults as we leap into the next chapter and on and on and on. It'll be a great old time. Yes, if you are anywhere around Gen Con, do stop by the Chaosium booth. Come say g'day. And yeah, we'll be back in a couple weeks. Let's see if I can quickly find the date just so I can say it out loud. It will be the 12th of month that follows this one, August. When we return with Cults, and then that'll run for a few sessions when we'll be back with Two-Headed Serpents. I'm rambling. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all so much for playing, and
Thanks,
we'll
Dave.
see you
Thanks, Dave.
shortly.